Good evening. Oh my god, my voice. I can imagine I actually haven't spoken tonight. Oh man, oh man. Good evening, everybody. We got the general. Hello there, Marco Diapolo. Hello, sir. Brody Barhead. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Salty Capybara. Welcome. I think it is your birthday. You see what's happening here in the top right part of the screen? We got Primordial. Bring on those volcanoes. Bayer Sans, good abend, mein Herr. Hello there. Falcon, good evening, sir. And we do have also Muzzle Chen. Good evening. Crispy AZ, hello. I gotta point out, Crispy did pick up that first promotion. Thank you so much, sir, for being there first over there. Two Left Hand channel. Hello there and good evening. You can actually rewatch WCG versus Tranquility from yesterday on Su stream, my stream, Kachishka stream, or today for on Su and Polp, I believe both of them did stream it. Also, I do want to go through the active ban phase here. It does seem like we're going to have 5 civilizations already taken out of the rosters. I'm waiting also for Justice to join us. It's just a few moments until he actually joins over here the channels. He is at the moment, you know, eating a little bit. In the active ban phase, we're going to have Phoenicia, Mali, Portugal, Maori, and Norway taken down. It looks like we're also about to see Japan coming up here as the 6th ban. In the rosters of the teams, we have Ben actually with the broken wrist, but still actually picking the civilizations and the bans for his team. TaskForceFish is going to be on the next one. We got Khornie and Rage coming up as well tonight for change of circumstance, while on the other side we do have, give me a second, we do have Damori with Titiits, Ulhas, and Pompi coming up here. Wow, bro, give me a second, let me actually do something first. It's timeout, there we go, easy peasy. And I think I need to do where is that report button? Oh my god, okay, there we go. This OBS is very weird. Anyway, Ben but broken wrist, let's go. No, Japan, no, what is this? It is supposed to play then? I guess, yeah, that they did take out Japan from him. Take it away, Sir Penguin. Also, good evening, sir. Bună seara, Descrash, bine ai venit, Stroke Z. Hello, sir. This is gonna be a good game indeed. Also, Ben did pick up Philip II as the first civilization in the game. We do have Pompi coming up next with Gitarja, with Indonesia, and they will pick up Victoria. I gotta point out, for example, Damori really likes these coastal civilizations, so I'm expecting him to pick up the flag on Victoria. I would definitely think he would be the one that's gonna want to do it. They did also pick up Kublai China, and Ben has actually shown quite a few times that he does prefer Kublai China over other civilizations, so I would think he is the one that's going to play it. Basil II is coming up in the next ban phase, and since it is primordial, I gotta point out it is going to be a lot of sea warfare here. There are a lot of connections on the coast that you need to handle, and unfortunately sometimes you just cannot afford to ignore the coastal powers, the naval powers. We're gonna need to see if they're gonna go for something like the Tundra civilization, since they did not ban them or pick them. I have seen actually Tranquility go for one of the Tundra civilizations. I think it was in the form of Russia, if I'm not mistaken. I just saw a few snapshots of his spawn, and oh my god, Russia spawning with Roraima in the camp in the second city. Like, really, bro? How lucky. Wow. Okay, I mean, yeah, it happens, you know, sometimes it is what it is. We do have also Maya taken down. Looks like Eleanor England got taken down, and we're gonna need to take a look what the next ban is. There's only one more ban to go, and we're gonna have this started up. Just setting up my phone over here so I can actually see the chat right in front of me, so I don't always need to move left, right, left, right, left, right. Just give me a few seconds over here, and definitely I think it's gonna be fine. There we go. So one more civilizations to go. 11 seconds, 10 seconds, and we're gonna see what is actually gonna be picked. I'm actually quite surprised they did go for something like Primordial. They did have 2 map bans. Give me a second over here. Okay, give me a second so I can take a look at what bans did they actually have. It was Pangea, Standard Ages with 7 Cs got taken out for this second game. Brazil also is appearing as a ban. One of the... okay, one of these civilizations actually caught a ban here. I mean, I know TaskForceFish really is aware of the Brazilian power, but we haven't seen it that much being played by... their opponents over here, so I would have thought they're gonna go for something else. Definitely those Minas Gerais are something you wanna take into account, and you don't wanna let them loose on the map. You've seen it before, how Automation could smash his opponents with them, so I would definitely think they need to take care of it. But still, I wouldn't have thought even Eleanor England would show up over there as a ban, or even Brazil. Anyway, they did go in. It looks like Titiits is gonna go for Rome. Khornie is gonna come up next with John Curtin, and we do need to see Rage to pick up the last civilization for change of circumstance. Let me take a look over here. That is a Mr. Fish indeed. Bine fac frate, bine fac frate. Also, the big fish is in the house. Yay, yay, yay. Also, I think I have an answer to you, by the way, of Salty Capybara. Give me a second so I can... okay, there we go. I just saw it in the chat. Okay, there we go. And I'm still waiting for oh, there. Oh my god, just this. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Man, I was just watching Discord to see where you're joining. Hello there, sir.
Hello, hello.
How are you? Good evening, good evening. How are you doing, man? How are you doing?
Well, now fed up and ready to go. So I guess awesome.
Okay, let's go. Oh my god, awesome game, awesome game. Well, it looks like we do have Rage picking up Tomeres on this map, and Damori, I'm not sure what he's gonna go, but probably it's not gonna be Yongle. He's gonna go for Peter on this map, on the Primordial map. Okay, so we got quite a bit of naval action that needs to be unfolding here. Philip II, Gitarja, Victoria, Kublai China, we got Rome, we got John Curtin, we got Tomeres, and then Peter. Let me see, Andrei Chim, thank you so much for the follow, sir, and welcome. Tito's, hello, sir, good evening. Eleanor might be banned because the CoC picked it up in the last Primordial game. Oh, I see. There's some history going on over there. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, what do you think of this combination of civilizations with the map here, while I do put up the details on the stream?
Wait, so COC was Spain, Kublai?
Yep.
Scythia? And what's the fourth?
That's a good question. So, Spain, Australia.
Curtin, yeah.
Okay.
Indo, Wiki, Trajan, Peter.
Deskra also telling us that Russia can play every map. Really, there's very few situations where you can say, nah, Russia is really back pick here. Yeah, but it is much like a lot of other civilizations. It is shining a little bit more on some maps than on other maps. So yeah, we'll see how this evolves.
Personally, I like the COC draft a bit more, but like this is really just personal taste. Like, I feel like both teams have decent drafts here.
Well, to be fair, we do have on the other side Gitarja, Victoria, we got Rome. It's gonna be booming. It's gonna be awesome. We got so many civilizations that can go for that careful timing, and of course with Primordial, with its ability to connect the seas much easier than on other maps, I do believe this is gonna be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, like Primordial is an extremely volatile map, and this is why I actually like the COC drafts a bit more, because I do feel like their civs are a bit more adaptable than those of Freritos. But yeah, like by the way, guys, if when WeMap vote pops up, just always vote for 2. Because my module is very volatile.
Wow, really, bro? You're giving them a heads up on this? Okay, okay, I see how it is.
Okay, now, okay, now I see the map. But I said it before. Like, this is just my prediction. I just feel like the map is very volatile, and personally, I love this because I rate adaptability like one of the highest skills in Civ.
Yep.
Yeah, as being said, I feel like Draft Office CoC is a bit more adaptable.
Oh man, look at Australia here. He's gonna be so happy. 4 of these patches in the capital with, of course, that extra bonus point of production coming up when he's gonna upgrade them. He is going for a builder first. He does have reef fish, some whales, 3 tiles out.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is... Well, actually the reef fish is out, and like if you can show the appeal real quick, it's not that good, is it?
No, not that good. He has some rainforest. This is the thing that's gonna bother him. But I guess he does have a little bit over here in the tundra. And
yeah, especially the reefs are not on the coast, so the campus will be quote-unquote only a +3.
Yep.
And yeah, so the pastures obviously are extremely good, so he can maybe have an expand or 2 more, but actually let's see if he actually needs to have a naval timing or can just sip.
Yep.
First.
Well, let's see Indonesia coming up over here. We do have Pompi to the south. Well, actually, we do need to take a look at them in order of teams, right? So we check TaskForceFish first. Let's take a look at Spain with Tomiris and Kublai. We do have let's see, Scythia, Khornie over here in the left part of the map. He's gonna have to trade with China, actually. Not bad. They could at some point set up some coastal trade routes over here on the land, on the seas. Not to mention early from the land. We do have coffee tiles, and I do have to answer a question over here. It is classic ridges, by the way.
I was about to find out. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
No volcanoes.
If this is wrong settings, is it illegal to be played, or is this...
I think it's up to the referees here, so we're gonna need to see what referees say.
Yeah, well, I guess in the meantime we just move on and look at the spawns. Because it's okay, they figured it out.
Yeah. There we go. I was just messaging the referees.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be a remap.
Yep, but I guess on one level Australia is gonna be okayish to remap this. On the other level, he's not gonna be that okayish. You know?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think fish is one of the how do you call it? When a guy is continuous.
Continuous, consistent, you mean?
Yeah, then I mean what I'm pretty much trying to say is like fish is really not the type of guy who complains if he loses a good spawn to the technical problem.
Yeah. That, and I have to say the track record in the tournament with not that many remaps chosen does look like the team is much more adaptable to the situation, and they try to play it out. They do pick civilizations in also, like you said, according to their flexibility rather than their power spikes, and they do adapt to the land as best they can. We've seen so many times them making decisions to adapt to the land rather than change the map because it favored them in some way or another, which is quite good. Also, Ben did give us quite a few times his feedback on the last, for example, the last Russia play. When he was getting counter, he knew that he's only going to get to do a single strategy, and that was it. So culture was out the table. He started focusing on that from an early stage, which was quite a big advantage during the mid part of the game. He was he didn't bump his head against the wall, so to say. We're getting back into lobby here, and yeah, we do have everybody actually coming up fast. It's fine. Let me pick up this. There we go. And
this is obviously another facet of being adaptable, like just understanding what role you can actually fulfill in a game. Because, like, generally speaking, people obviously pick their sys dependent on what they want to play, but maybe the map says something else. So one guy has to play naval, and then the other guy actually has to do culture defense or whatever. Like, even though you didn't pick the cipher, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have to do it.
Yeah. So they just got a quick message there. Okay, I think the maps settings should be fine now. And I don't have any 0 MSs.
Will actually be interesting if anyone actually goes for merchants, because like what these maps usually end up for is like 6 guys going for harbors, and then the guy without admiral gets good.
Yeah.
But yeah. But on the other side, actually, you usually have a really easy time getting all the merchants, which is obviously still excellent for simming. Like, but you cannot be sure if this will have that much of an impact. But still an interesting dynamic, depending on the map.
I can't wait to actually see the map to see who's going to be next to whom, if Scythia is going to be coastal, if not, so many questions. If he is not going to be coastal, is he actually going to have somebody to go against with those Sakas? Will Peter be somewhere all alone with a lot of Tundra for himself? Is he going to be forced to go coastal and totally ignore the fact that he can do a lot of culture? There are so many issues there. I do believe also Indonesia has an extremely good power spike when it comes to those Jongs, and we've seen it time and time again how she can overwhelm its opponents. We're going to need to see if somebody's going to be in that firepower range, and who's actually going to need to pick up the slack there to defend against a possible attack. Of course, Rage Philip II, I really hope we're not going to see him underestimating his opponent again. I think that was a one-time mistake over there with Hungary. I definitely think this time around he's gonna be a much more I would say
oh, okay, so many things at once.
Yeah.
So first off, well, the thing with Indonesia is Jong power spike is obviously one of the biggest in the game. Like, Jongs are extremely strong, but on the other hand, Indo doesn't have much going, so pretty much if Indo doesn't have a guy to kill with Jongs, she is pretty much a vanilla Civ.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she still has God of Sea kind of guaranteed, so this still makes her good. But other than this, it's pretty much a vanilla Civ if she cannot use the Jongs. Then there's actually Scythia has surprising strengths in the sim department as well, like because especially on the fast carol timing. Working big core guns early on can make all the difference. Even if he doesn't push anyone, just the early goal from the core guns is extremely big.
I agree, and the faith, the gold and the faith, yeah.
And regarding Rage, I just really want to point out that Rage is really to blame for this. Like, if a guy dies, you obviously always point fingers at him, but he kinda did the meta standard thing. And Freritos was actually the guy who was stepping out of the meta and punching him for this, right? So, like,
yeah, for sure. The only thing that I have to say that is he could have foreseen it by looking at the military score. That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, sure. In a perfect world, but in reality, players just get used to certain habits and certain metas, and then you just have expectations what the other guy will do.
Yeah, I agree.
This is one of the rare cases where Freritos, like, I would just say Freritos did a great play rather than Rage did bad.
Hey, I gotta point out, hola, Menjak. Oh man, thank you so much, sir. 28 months, amazing. And I gotta say, man, this man is in his vacation and he's in an awesome vacation spot over there. I do hope you're gonna have a wonderful time. And when you get back to us, you're gonna have so much energy. Thank you, sir, for all of your work. CFK is calling out Troll Galapagos on the west side over here, and I didn't want to change the subject that fast, but I did need to. On Spain at this time, Rage is gonna have a double continent split here. He's gonna have some reef tiles with geothermals to use, and this time around, is he gonna have somebody to go against? Yes, he is gonna go against Damori on the seas with a possible coastal trade route set up with China over here to the northeast. I do have to say I do agree with you when Justice, to come back to that earlier subject, when players do get used to a certain meta and somebody just does something different, one out of like 20 games, it is definitely gonna surprise everybody, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it's always just easy to say like, oh, Wage obviously did misplay there, right? But it's really, really hard to figure out if you're in this situation.
Yeah, we were surprised. Everybody was surprised, right? Nobody, even on the chat, was like, "What, horse rush can work?" No, horse rush doesn't work anymore, guys.
I think it was pretty beautiful, but let's come to this game now.
Yeah, so in the northeast of Spain, we do have also China coming up over here with 2-2 base. He is going to have 2-1 settle on the east side on the gypsum. He's also on a continent split over here, so I guess we're gonna need to see Spain, maybe him actually setting a city over here on the copper tile, so he can start trading coastally with Spain. Very, very nice. I believe Magna City of Spain will probably be over here somewhere in the south on the green continent. From what I can see, unfortunately, Valletta does block him from another beautiful settle. I guess Incense style would be very nice, but we're gonna need to wait and see. Valletta is also one tile off the coast, so he cannot take that over, unfortunately. Let's take a look at also Pompi. Pompi is on the inner seas over here with the Great Barrier. Oh my god, look at this. Beautiful. Yeah, but
wait, this is sweet tiles? No,
this is another reef next to the Great Barrier Reef, man. Honestly, he made a baby.
This is so unfair. Like if you look at the seas, like the sea literally is everywhere connected other than Indo.
Yeah. I'm very curious if this is this is gonna get remapped or not. We do have the remap, I think, poll going on, the prediction going on. Did it finish? I think it finished, right? Yeah, it did finish. Let's see. Looks like 50. Well, they didn't actually see the map, but it was 58% to have one remap and 42% to go for the second remap. Man, you influenced the vote over there.
Maybe.
A little bit.
But yeah, honestly, I don't know if they like. It is unlikely they will discover that Indo cannot kill anyone. So I don't think this will influence the decision.
Also, he can set up on the east side, and from what I can see, we do have over here Australia on that eastern side. I'm pretty sure he can go second city, third city, and go there. It's fine.
No. The west coast is so much better than the east coast. There's no way he's gonna settle east coast right away.
Right away, no. I just said he can set up. Okay, sure. Semantics, okay? Later on, it's gonna take time. Let's see also, who is it? TaskForceFish? Fish, yeah, we need to take a look at the fish here. This time around, he's gonna have much better breathtaking appeal on multiple tiles. I do see the reef fish also giving him, well, if he does get to plant that copper, he's gonna get +3, or actually that's not that great. Only, and this time he also has 3 of these pastures, that 4 pastures in the capital again. Wow, 2 out of 2 4 pastures in the capital. This is something that I haven't seen in quite a while for Australia. Man, we need to learn how to spawn from fish. Definitely.
I thought always it was Noob, but maybe it's just
I don't know, man. Like, Noob is not in the game, so I guess now we need to learn how to spawn like fish. Look at this.
So, Noob taught fish how to spawn. This is clearly the answer. But yeah, let's move on. I'm getting too lost, sorry.
Okay, well, we do have him with quite a bit of coast here, and it does seem like he's going to have good places for his campuses. Taking a look at the north, he might set up coastal trade routes with Scythia. They are on the same seas as London over here. Scythia did actually put his city one tile out from the coast, so I guess he's going to need to put out a harbor there. But I'm pretty sure he's going to want to get some boats out at some point. Pokrovka does also have a few of these pashas, and I do see positions for kurgans. Not bad, like you said, the kurgans are actually quite important early game for Scythia. And I do see he's going to have land warfare going against Rome and possibly Russia. Russia actually has quite a defensive position over there to the northwest, and a lot of tundra. This is actually not that bad. It's not ideal tundra, but it's definitely workable. And from what I can see, he's also going to have some deer tiles, some sheep tiles for the food, some horses in the south, and he's pumping out scouts so he can discover what's going around. On the same seas, he doesn't have any enemy on the west side, which is going to be good. He's going to have an ally, Rome, and they could set up coastal trade routes between them here. I believe they should see the same name here, Tyrian Sea, something, Tarihinian Sea, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, and looking at Indo, you said we take a look at Indo. Indo does have a few of these coastal resources, the crabs, I should mention the reef fish, but no, I don't see that many whales or turtles. He has them on the west side. Of course, like you said, he's probably gonna get God of the Sea first. He does have 2 faith per turn when he settles next to lakes or seas or oceans, of course. Bodies of water, I guess. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna have first dibs there. He's already on 8 faith right now. We do have him with this great barrier reef to the north, which is gonna be amazing for his adjacency towards campuses. He also has a minor adjacency bonus from having the sea tiles around it, around those campuses, and I do believe he's gonna be quite great. Usually Indonesia's meta does revolve around the pen, brush and voice golden age. Last but not least, yeah, sorry, yes.
Tiles, I just want to point out that like good tiles are blocked by rainforest, and you really don't want to put campus settling on the other side of the sea, so it's kind of worthless.
Well, he's gonna get bronze working at some point, I'm pretty sure.
Not before he wants to place the campus.
Sure, let's see how fast he's gonna get there. Maybe he's probably gonna go southwest first. We'll see how this develops. He does have other places for campuses as well. For example, over here next to the reef tile, or here in the capital, you can actually put that down. Easy peasy. Even over here, for example, would be a nice one. We do have next up Rome coming up here with a 311. It looks like oh, grams to the meat, giving out tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for the sub. Also Sandro Games, hello there. Dave Plays. We do not have Dave Plays, man. And is it Dave Plays or is it Dave Carries? I think we actually changed his name, right, to Dave Carries at some point. It looks like Civ K is calling out Freritos should remap here. What do you think? Freritos should remap?
Actually, the worst one is insane. Like, here's double tutu cafe and the reef fish.
Yeah.
And actually, like, the tiles are not so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't like Damori being isolated. But I'm not too sure about this. Like, Russia spawn is, I guess, Medicore. So I'm not too sure about this. Like they have no reason to assume that Indo cannot jong anyone.
Oh, oh, getting bamboozled by the commentator, man. Justice, what did you do, man?
Oh yeah, oh, you mean regarding?
He made you spend your points, guys.
Yeah, never trust the guy who says something on TV. This is a lesson, yeah. Never trust the commentator. But yeah,
never trust the commentator. What do you mean? Why are we here then? Wow.
Rome has extremely good spawn. Indo actually has pretty good tiles as well. Also pyramid tile, which can never be underestimated. And I think Damori just said, I'm probably on an island, so he is happy enough to not have like Scythia or someone next to him. So it's completely understandable that they don't remap.
Wait,
If
they just bought a settler, by the way.
they bought a settler, yeah.
Yeah, they bought a settler for Indonesia.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, very nice. Also, Indo has double reef southwest. Yes, he does have another double reef southwest over here. A lot of very good campus. A lot of very good campus. That's a +6 if I'm not mistaken, right? 2, and another 4.
Yeah, +6. The problem here is though, as observer, we can see that actually, like at least in my opinion, map position is an advantage for CoC.
Yep.
And they just bought a settler for Indo to give him tempo. But when they find out that he actually cannot jong anyone, that's obviously a problem, because they invest a guy who cannot kill anyone.
At the same time, I'm thinking they will try as much as possible to make him sim anyway. And I did point out on the right side, he can definitely set up some cities and get boats out. He might go against Australia. Not ideal, because Australia, we do know he has one of the fastest timings in the Western world over here for those how to say faster timings in the West. Never mind. For the caravels. So yeah, I think he's gonna be quite apt to defend against the possible jongs. We'll see. We'll see.
I think we didn't really look at Vicky.
Vicky, we did see it from the beginning. I guess we didn't hover over that much. Yeah, settler, another one coming up in 3 turns. He's gonna go and settle Manchester here. Doesn't have a continent split, so no extra trade routes for him. Damori does have 3-1 sheep tile to work, some horses, 1-3. He does have a fish tile, which is not gonna get to improve yet with builder. He didn't go builder first for it, but he does have a 2-2 underneath his capital and fresh water from river. Not bad, but not awesome either. He also has Cahokia, maybe to take out on the west side. He's gonna need to be careful about Australia being there. And as you can see, Australia already does benefit from multiple sheep tiles, and he's putting cities in the south. He's not gonna be aware for some time about English position. We're gonna need to see those boats come out and start to explore, and then they're gonna find each other. I do want to go another time for each of the civilization bonuses, and we're going to get to see how this develops. On Spain, we do have him actually with an exploding volcano to the south. It looks like he's going to get iron in that second city. He's thirding from the first, but first from the second. He does also have horses to the southeast and pumping out another settler in 3, going probably to the northeast. He did go across that river and settle turn 2 for the jade tile, for the extra culture and amenity in the city. He would have not probably worked that earlier. We do have him with multiple other cities that he could go for in the south and in the north. Now that he did move 1 tile to the north, he can actually settle 2 cities over here between him and Valletta, which as you can see, he actually has vision of. To the northeast, Beijing does have that second settle on the gypsum tile, getting that extra gold in and the extra amenity. Very nice. We do have a settler coming up from Beijing in 3 and 2 base for both of these cities. Very nice production, early production there. On an exploding volcano, did also improve one of the tiles next to Beijing, putting it up for a 2-3. Some extra production is also always welcome, and I'm actually quite curious how they're gonna try to set up their coastal trade routes over here, or even if China will want to go southwest towards Spain, or give Spain as much land as possible so he can settle those coastal cities there. It's not really necessary for China to settle the coastal cities, but at least one so he can set up coastal trade routes would be ideal here. Horses in the
just place a harbor second ring.
yeah, that's also a possibility. Definitely good point over there. He can just place a harbor and work that. I do see horses in the first ring. I don't see iron anywhere here. I don't know what happened, but there's like no iron next to the cities of China. Well, I guess it is what it is. We do have to the southeast also Rome starting to sniff around the city of Guangzhou, and I do see China is also sending a warrior to find out where Indonesia lives. Indonesia did put that third city or second city, I don't know how to call it, the city of Bima next to the Great Barrier Reef, and from what I can see, he's going builder first. Is he gonna go bronze though? That is the biggest question ever. Is he gonna go bronze here? I don't see him. He's writing one turn. I guess he's gonna place his campuses from the other side, and then we're gonna need to see if he's gonna try to get bronze.
Yeah, I mean, he can just place the +2s and put a Gov Plaza next to it. That's what probably happens here. Oh, by the way, is there? Let's have a look at Great People. Is there anything interesting?
Hypatia first, and I'm thinking either Australia or Indonesia will probably be the ones putting down those campuses. We're going to need to see who's going to get the projects for it, or if they do care that much. No Great Admiral, no very interesting Great Admiral, and I guess General, again, not an interesting one. Oh wait, the Merchant? No.
Yeah, actually I was mainly looking for the Celestial guys. Because like as a naval civ, this is the only way you can discount harbors, right? If you go to the campus with the guy and then just research the Celestial without having to get through astrology.
Oh, mining, woo, woo. Mining coming up in 2 from Pompi. He's going bronze, yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Anyway, coming up next, we do need to take a look at the civilization's resources. Iron tile next to Bima in the first ring. I do see he's clearly lacking horses. Okay, there we go. A third ring horse over here from Majapahit in the south. He's gonna need to probably put another city there. I'm actually quite surprised we don't see another settler. Yes, they bought him a settler, but at the same time, it feels like he could go 4 cities quite early. He does have extra production from multiple tiles improved, fish tiles, turtles over here. And I do see more builders in the production queues. Very nice, very nice. Okay, there we go. First campus put down, another campus put down. Okay, so he's ignoring Great Barrier Reef for the moment. He got it from Bima, right? Yeah, there we go. So these +3, another +3 over here.
I mean, actually look at the beautiful setup, like Government Plaza on the wheat and double harbor from Bima and Majapahit. This is a beautiful Government Plaza. I really like the setup.
Yeah, I agree. This is gonna give so many bonus points over here. Next up on Rome, we do have him actually putting down galleys to discover this land, and I do see a settler coming up in 3 from Rome. We do have Magnus coming up over there as well in 3 in the capital. Thank you so much, Natro, by the way. Hello there, sir. Good evening. Thank you for your prime. We do have Titiits that can settle quite a bit of this coast on the eastern side. I'm actually a bit curious what he's gonna do with China now that they see each other. This will be some land warfare between them, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna need to be the one that's gonna bodyguard quote-unquote Indonesia here. We do have him with that third settler going to the south, a fourth settler also coming up from Rome. Like you said, he does have extra culture points from the coffee and his early monuments. We do need to see when he's gonna want to strike over here. I do see iron also in the second ring of Rome. His horses are actually fifth ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, over here, very far away. At least he is gonna settle. And from what I can see, the settler on the south does allow him to set up coastal trade routes with Indonesia. Very nice, by the way. Very nice for him. He might actually ignore. Well, I guess Indonesia is gonna get a lot more harbors, so a lot more trade routes overall. I guess Russia over here is not planning to do that at all. Yeah.
I just want to point out that just like given the setup, like I think Rome settled as second city coastal because he didn't know that this is actually a private sea.
Yeah.
And now they will realize, and he's probably already went for harbors or something. Oh wait, clearly none of this. So yeah, I guess he just went for sailing because like I don't know, like maybe he switches for commercial now, but other than this, it really looks like Ben will get all the merchants in the game, but remains to be seen.
This is very important. If Ben does manage to get all of those merchants, it is going to be an advantage for him. That's what, 4 extra traders that you can actually get with the merchants. That is going to be incredibly valuable for especially a civilization like Kublai China, which does also get extra bonuses from each of those traders sent to an international route. Coming up next, we do have Russia with religious settlements as a pantheon. He did actually manage to settle Titiits in the southeast and put down multiple lavras. I do see a level 2 lavra here. He knows Scythia is going to be watching his south, and I do see Khornie did notice Russia is putting out defensive units over here in the form of archers. We do have Shrine coming up from St. Petersburg. Kazan is going to get another lavra. The extra production coming up from a lot of these tiles is already showing, and I still want to point out there are quite a few tiles over here for him to develop his cities in. Not extremely ideal for Russia, but can definitely work. I'm curious if this was the best choice for him to go for religious settlements. I know we have this debate for quite a long time here, if this is the correct pantheon for a civilization like Russia, and I guess we're gonna see it again if this actually comes through.
I mean, we can have a look later. Maybe like Ulhas is not afraid to be a bit out of the box. Like, here's his own picks. And like maybe he's just gonna faith by builder and chop all the settlers, and I guess then it's still worth, but we will have a look later on.
Yeah, he does have a decent amount of fields over here, so I guess he will set up those mines. I do see him also benefiting from horses between his first and second city. Iron tile in the third ring, first ring actually over here, has some reef fish to give him the adjacency towards campuses, and this would be actually a bit of a boo-boo here for him. And doesn't have that many amazing campuses to settle, so his science might not be on par with everybody else. We're gonna need to check that out. I also, after I finish this roundabout with all of the civilizations, I do want to take a look at the continents to see who's actually gonna have more amenities versus the other team, or maybe they have the same amount of possible amenities. Scythia, God of Craftsmen. Moksha settling in Pokrovka, going for another settler in 4. He also benefits from 2 of these silk tiles in the capital, from that extra culture, and I do see him going for 5 cities quite early. Looks like Khornie is expansive over here. He did put a city right on the east side, right in the face of England. I don't think he knows about it. This is not something that he is probably aware. We can actually take a look over here. He does not have vision over the east side, and England does not have vision over him yet. That is a big yet, because we do have already English galleys coming about, and not only he's building them, but he's going to get free ones when he's going to get his Royal Navy dockyards online. We do have horse in the second ring of Kuloba, in the first ring of Kuloba upgraded. He does have iron tile between the city of Pokrovka and Pazyryk, and I do see he's gonna have quite a few cities over here to settle on the west side. Since he did commit coastally, he can't really go back right now. Like, this is it. He's gonna need to keep on putting cities on the coast.
I kind of disagree. He's like,
okay.
Sooner or later they will realize that it's Spain, Australia versus England, so he can really just leave his coastal there and trade, being protected by the other 2 guys. And only bring like the minimum. Like, I don't think Scythia needs to be active in naval warfare. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they find
really
this
just
out,
dictating the coastal settles here. Like, he obviously has no other options.
You said, sorry, I didn't catch what you said. It's really just Ben?
The land. The land.
Okay.
That he settles coastal. I don't necessarily think that he needs to be active in naval warfare. Okay.
Salmario, thank you so much for the Prime Star. Thank you. Good evening. And I guess so. Scythia didn't really have where to go fast enough other than the coastal settles over here, and I don't think non-freshwater entirely would have been a good choice. But now that he did settle 2 of them, I would assume he's going to want to go more as well. The land, like you said, only gives him a few non-coastal settles over here on the west on the river, which is where he's going right now with a settler. I did see I got a glimpse over here of Australia, and oh my god of open sky coming up on those pastures. He does have 3 of them improved. We do have him already with the first campus. That's a +3 to the north of Alpha, one set up from Charlie, a +5, and we got in the city of Bravo another +3. That's going to be a lot of culture and a lot of science very quickly. Moksha establishing in Alpha, like we know and like we love. Australia over here is probably going to be the first one to get to that caravel timing. 14 science, 11 culture from the beginning of the game. I do have to point out Pompi is actually doing very well on this side, and he does have that city on the east. Is he gonna pump out boats here from that city of Tuban? Oh man, I would love to see it. We do have campus research projects coming up from Alpha. To answer your question, it looks like Australia is going to be interested in actually snatching Hypatia away from his opponents and getting a free library in his in one of his campuses. We do have also Australia with already horses improved to the north of Alpha, and I do see in the second city of third city actually of Charlie, we do have horses and iron tile over there. Okay, next up, Victoria. This is okay. What do you think, Justice? Is this Victoria just trying to take out Cahokia, or is this Victoria trying to sniff around? Maybe he finds some easy 10 strength cities.
Like it is completely possible that he actually just met Cahokia with like the warrior on the edge or something. But I mean, it remains to be seen. Damori is an excellent naval player, so I guess we will just watch and learn.
Yeah. Man, oh man, Cahokia is definitely gonna put up a fight over here. Multiple galleys coming out from this is not gonna be easy, man. Oh man,
Yeah,
this is usually such a sad day, by the way.
Unlucky Vicky, yeah.
You're like, oh, I got city-state guys, I can kill it quickly, and then next turn he gets a galley.
Comes out 2 galleys. Like even with 3 tiles to attack, it's still gonna be hard. He definitely needs to wait for Oligarchy to even try here.
Well, we do have Royal Navy dockyards coming up. He did build 3 galleys. I gotta say this is actually quite surprising. So basically, because he did build 3 galleys, he doesn't have the 4th settler coming up before the next era, and we do have him, of course, putting down those builders for some extra yields from the improved tiles. He does have horses in the second ring. I do see iron is gonna be across the seas over here to the west side, and he is gonna get a few of these islands to actually settle on. Not really ideal because you do need to get the shipbuilding, but he does have, I guess, a big island of his own anyway to keep on settling. Now we do have him in the northeast with another +5 Royal Navy dockyard if he wants to on that tip of the peninsula, and multiple cities to settle on the east of Manchester. But again, I wouldn't call this ideal at all, actually. It's yeah. It is gonna be, like you said, we're gonna need to see how Damori adapts to this spawn and how much he can get out of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
One thing Damori definitely knows at this point is that he is isolated and he will face multiple opponents. So this is also the reason that he builds galley before the dockyards. Like he has to be afraid that someone could be lurking around. Like it's actually all like mid-distance, which is good enough for him. But yeah, like I think Damori he is definitely more on survival mode than on pushing mode.
Yeah, so let's take a look at his vision. What does he see? He sees he's all alone somewhere, and he doesn't know how the land or how the islands look like around him, or even the seas if there are easy connections, shallow water and so on, and where are the choke points. So I guess I'm actually surprised he didn't send at least one ship to the east side, but I would assume if he finds something, he's just gonna have reinforcements coming soon towards those boats.
Yeah, kind of. Like, you obviously want to have at least 2 in the direction for potential city kill, but yeah.
We do have quite a few pantheons chosen. Fertility rights coming up over here for England. He got a free builder, and he's gonna get extra food from some of his resources: wheat tiles, rice tiles, cattle tiles. We do have Australia with God of Open Sky. Scythia did go for God of Craftsman. We got Russia with religious settlements. City Patreon goddess for Rome, and we do have him on 4 cities at the moment, getting his audience chamber from his capital, working that Magnus internal. Indonesia did go for God of the Sea. That was predictable. And we do have China on Fire Goddess. I do see him. Yeah, Fire Goddess, man. He went for Fire Goddess. Yeah, on Kublai. I'm actually quite curious if he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go, but if he's gonna go for monumentality. And look at this. Look at
Honestly,
this.
Look at go Fire Goddess. You...
Look
but
at
actually, I see. There's Valletta in the game though. Like he doesn't necessarily need to go monumentality, and maybe he just chooses Valletta and buys all the monuments and granaries.
Yeah, man, this is the big bullying of a Roman warrior being put in his place by a slinger. Oh no, you don't! You get back down here, you little warrior, you! Oh man.
I will provoke at you, yeah. But yeah, by the way, I'm very confused that Rome and Vicky both have coffee, so maybe let's have a look at continents. They seem to be really weird.
So 3 continents already between China and Spain. We do have 1 continent only for Indonesia and Rome. Looks like also Russia. So 1 continent for 3 of the civilizations of Freritos. This would have been easy to see.
Vicky is on the same. They have only 1 continent. Vicky has coffee as well. This is insane.
No! Oh my god! Yeah.
Okay, now I really don't understand why they didn't remap. Like, honestly, if your whole team only has 1 continent, this is enough reason to remap already. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That is a big story coming up over here. I have no answer to it. I don't know how they missed this.
Post game.
Maybe we need to ask. Maybe they thought it's okay because they will get amenities from, like, they're gonna settle other continents. Maybe they will find other continents, like, you know, they went for hope. But yeah, we do see England coming up with those 3 boats attacking Cahokia. Cahokia is gonna try to get out another. Wait, isn't the city-states, when they put out a galley, don't they like output it across, like on the other side of the attacking navies? Let's see next turn. Is he gonna just poop it out over here? Yes. He did. And Cahokia has another galley coming. Oh my god! And that city's how to say that city's getting heals every turn, but it looks like it's gonna go down because usually the city-states with the units they're defending inside that they don't attack with, and if this was a player it would have been much easier, but yeah, it's Cahokia, it's a city-state. It's fine. Now, I did have one more mention to do here. We do have Spain on God of War and Plunder, and it looks like he's gonna go and take out Mohenjo-Daro to the west side. We do have him with 4 cities already, and the harbors coming out of his cities to give him those nice and juicy extra admiral points. 6 great admiral points a turn. We got England on 3 at the moment, and no other nation is making them. Hypatia got picked up, and I do believe it is Australia's. Yeah, it is Australia's before the Prophet. Wow, okay. Taoism for Russia as a religion. Feed the world with the shrines and temples, providing him the +3 food and the housing. Defender of the faith of the combat strength over here. Asila, thank you so much for the follow, sir. Also, Crispy, I'm going to distract by the hand egg. I'm going to be distracted by the hand egg playoff game now. So make sure this game is super easy to follow. What is the hand egg playoff?
Not sure there if you want to know.
Is that a game? Is that a game from like United States competition or something? American football. Oh, I see. I see how it is. Okay.
They actually had no idea. It just sounds really sus.
It sounds really sus. Yeah. not lay ministry, doesn't like no lay ministry, defender of the faith. I think he's quite worried about Scythia, and of course we do know that Scythia has quite a bit of a power spike in the first era with the Saka horse archers. I don't see him setting himself up for Saka horse archers. Like knowing Cameron yet, he is not. He's barely getting bronze working in 3, getting audience chamber in 7. He's more looking towards the simming rather than anything else. And Cahokia did actually get taken over. England did not lose a single boat from what I can see, even though he does have very weak ones which will need a few heals. He's putting the tough one on the west side to defend against Australia, and that also gives him an idea where his opponents are, right? Oh, look at the galleys. Khornie's galleys rowing through the oceans over here to get to the English boats, the weak ones. Man, oh man, he's just sneaking around over there in the north in the shadows, and he's gonna try to figure out, okay, what does England have here? Let's see, boys. Is he gonna last move? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?
It'll actually be really spicy.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they only know Cahokia died, and they will assume that we bring like 2 or 3 galleys.
He
So
saw
now
it.
they wanna... Yeah.
Immediately buying a galley.
I mean, Cahokia is on min distance to Australia's 6 pound, right? Like, they will have to contest it.
Not even flexing over here with the galley, taking over another galley without taking a little bit of damage. Of course, that heal pops whenever Scythia kills a unit on the seas as well, not only on land. It's very, very, very powerful. And I'm still actually quite surprised we don't see Scythia appear more on the naval powers, on the naval maps. We do have Third 31 started up, and that means ding 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 ding, we gotta take a look at the golden ages. Let's see, Ulhas, more mentality golden age on Russia. We do have him with ODS chamber popping out in 2. Li Ang establishing in St. Petersburg. He's gonna try to get that. Oh my god, with so much population over there. Oh, I predict 15 pop over here, Syria, by the end of this game. Novgorod Moksha is gonna get quite a few culture points, and then he still needs to upgrade some of those tiles. We do have Rome, Pen, Brush, and Voice Golden Age, 4 cities. He is at the moment not actually putting that much faith into China attacking into him, but he does have multiple settlers coming out in his cities, Rome, Arretium, and Ostia, Lord building settlers, and he's gonna try to get 7 cities quite quickly. He did finish that audience chamber, and I do see him with 19 science and 17 culture. Right next to him, Pompi did go for 4 cities. We do have him in Pen, Bash, and Voice Gold Rage, and of course we gotta see this juicy attack coming up from Scythia. Okay, it's stopping. Okay, this is, I guess this is it, you know. Is this Damori making himself trouble here by taking Cahokia? Is this like, did he poke the hornet's nest?
I mean, honestly, it's obviously better if it's his city than it is enemy city, and he built the galleys anyway. So, like, honestly, it really just looks like that his early galley pays out, because the other guys obviously have to answer with some galleys of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Damori can just be extremely annoying in the face here. Like, I don't really see a way how they can get Cahokia very fast. So I guess Damori gets away with it for now.
Yeah, I'm foreseeing Scythia is just gonna build a wall of units with the help of Australia, and that's about it.
Yeah, this is still extremely valuable though. Like as an upgrade base, just by being a city. A decent city actually, yeah.
Yeah. It's getting some amenities there. Well, talking of amenities, we're gonna need to keep a watch on that. On Pompi, by the way, 26 science and 26 culture, we do have him on 5 cities already, getting his harbors out. Audience chamber coming up from Majapahit. He did build 3 of these campuses, with others coming soon. It does look like We got Magnus establishing in Bima, and he is gonna go now for bronze working. A bit late to actually improve anything next to Great Barrier Reef, but he still has a city to put over here to the west side. We do have him also with a few builders ready to chop or improve his tiles, and we're gonna need to take a look when he's gonna start doing that and what kind of bonuses he's gonna get. Damori with free inquiry golden age. He is gonna try to get to that carnival timing quite quickly, especially since he does have not only Australia but also Scythia and Spain. He doesn't know about Spain on the same seas though. He doesn't know about this. This is something that unfortunately might come to haunt him in the long term. I'm pretty sure Rage over here does want to show everybody in the competition that he is coming back with a vengeance to take out his opponents over here. Can you imagine if this was who was it? Was it Freritos? Oh man, he would have been so happy about this, getting his counter. Damori with free inquiry, he's gonna get the extra science from multiple Royal Navy dockyards. We got 1, 2, 3 at the moment. He's gonna get the 4th and the 5th city, and of course he did get his CoC city state over here to the west side. So on 4 cities, 5th and 6th then would be here. We do have Khornie with Scythia getting 5 cities. He did settle Isik on the coffee tile, getting himself an easy peasy culture point, not to mention that extra amenity. He does have 3 cities in a coastal position with Moksha and Pingalas setting up over here, Pokrovka and Pazyryk. We do have also Komstromskaya with a few builders, and I gotta say, I don't see any Kurgan yet. No Kurgan anywhere.
Yeah,
he's not going for the Kurgan place.
Honestly, like a one-page Kurgan is not that good, and
yeah,
like, he didn't get lucky. So
yeah, he just went around it. Wasn't there? I think I saw somewhere he could have placed 2 of them, but maybe I'm mistaken. Like between 2 pastures, maybe it was the, I don't know, the first map, maybe, I don't know, like the one that got remapped because no volcanoes. Anyway, Ben but better. Penbash and Voice saw 8 science and 25 culture, slacking behind the science. He did go for Penbash and Voice. That means he's still gonna get the faith, and this might have been a deny from his opponents over here. Not sure exactly who thought might go there. He does have a lot of volcanoes over here between Beijing, Shenyang, and Taiwan, and a lot of them are actually active. Oh my god, 2, 4, 6, 7 active volcanoes. Okay, that's a problem. We do have also Pingala setting up in Guangzhou, and he did open up with commercials. He's, I think, the only one getting merchant points at the moment, going for Coleos soon, and he's gonna try to get those international trade routes with Spain. I'm quite curious if he's gonna put that city on the coast here, because if he already went for a commercial in the capital, I would not really say he's gonna go for a harbor from the capital. Maybe that's just me. Wait, did that slinger get out of there? Like, did the warrior get out of there? Is this the Titiitsian warrior that has been fighting the Chinese warrior, Chinese archers for so long now, and he actually got on the deers? Oh man, he's gonna feast on the deers of China next. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Getting back that, getting back on Ben for keeping him in check over there. TaskForceFish with a Penbash and Voice Golden is still on 3 cities. Usually we don't see Australia go that wide, but he does like to go tall. We do have Gafron Plaza in the southwest with Audience Chamber, and I do see he is already on 52 science and 30 culture. Oh man, this guy is big. He is big. Buttress coming up in Wanted. Do they have the gold though? Can they get so much gold for him? Because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna get, or is he gonna get mercenaries at the same time? Right? He's military training right now, so he's here. He could go feudalism mercenaries right afterwards. What? 30 culture? That's kind of late though. That's maybe 6th and 7th, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna get the mercenary boost because you know, land units.
Let's say I would be extremely surprised if he hit mercs with cows.
Yeah.
It's almost not doable.
But one caravel though. One caravel would be amazing.
This is why I was looking at Hanno earlier, but he didn't get it.
You're talking about this one, right? It was Spain that managed to take it away, and I do see another one coming up here, the promotion one for England, while I don't see any points for Australia. 0 annual points. Now he's putting down his harbors.
He opened up campuses, of course. He does harbor second.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just finish with Spain, then I got a couple of things.
Okay. Spain coming up 4 cities here. I do see campuses coming up for him as well. 30 science, 21 culture. Getting more settlers to the north, probably on that cattle tile. And I do see Pingala establishing in Toledo. He doesn't have a magna city. I gotta point out, he's using Cordoba as a second city to trade with, and it's Cordoba to Madrid, while he's about to take over Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro did also put up quite a good fight over here, and it does seem like he's going to need to sacrifice at least one galley to take it out if he wants to be successful. How is this possible? How is Mohenjo-Daro's galley on the same, like underneath the Spanish galley? I don't get it. Like, hello, game? Like one galley cannot be on top of another? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Let's pretend we didn't see this.
Yeah.
Let's not call the referee.
Move away. Move away. Yeah. Anyway, I have to ask you now, because we kind of finished, right? We got the Rage over here, Free Inquiry Golden Age. He's gonna get the science from the harbors, more science from the campuses. He's gonna plug in Pingala. I do think he's gonna go for like 50 science as well. But and at the same time, England is not gonna build that many more science points. He's on where is it 27. It's probably 40. It's gonna be on 40. I see Pingala now establishing in Newcastle upon Tyne. He went for Magnus Internals with Moksha. In the eel stab, he does have 60 production, which is way better than TaskForceFish's 39.
Yeah, Damori in big trouble here, especially, like, I mean, as being said, I respect Damori as an excellent naval player, but once again, I cannot agree with these much settlers in his position. I just do think he will be in big trouble, like if he goes for 5 cities here. And also the Magnus opening, like he delays the stats so much. He has Australia and Spain next to him. I think he's in deep trouble here already.
Yep. And I'm actually okay. There we go. Mohenjo goes down, and I do have to agree. The big difference when you're going for a caravel timing can be made by the production you put into settlers that you could have put into snatching those admirals away from your opponent, getting those ones that you need for the Renaissance timings, and at the same time, of course, not actually getting strong economy to upgrade the boats that you need. You also usually do end up with less pre-builds than usual, but of course England does not really have that problem since he's getting a lot of free boats from his Royal Navy dockyards. In this particular case, he actually got a lot of boats before even those free ones came into power. So maybe he's actually taking that into account and adapting to the situation. Wouldn't be that bad to actually have more cities, because he's gonna get the science, and he's probably thinking he needs to be competitive if he ever wins a war against Australia and Scythia.
I mean, you see, Fish stays on 3 cities and has high stats, so like Fish has literally carries a big shield. I'm gonna wash you, and the Damori is just ignoring it.
I agree.
This is what I feel like right now. Yeah. Also, I wanted to have a look at city states. Like, there's obviously Valletta, which will probably be Ben's. Oh, 4th. Whoa.
Yeah, 4 signs.
City states, yeah. 4 signs and your work.
Yeah, we got Mitla, Fez, Nalanda, and Bologna, and I don't see anybody. Oh, Khornie actually did manage to get Nalanda. Okay, over here, Nalanda cannot be easily taken out, actually. Okay, Johannesburg and Singapore for the industry. We got Muscat as the one for I'll say for gold, and from what I can see, it's not discovered at the moment, or at least nobody actually put points into it. We do have Caguana with culture to the south of England. Again, looks like a bit of a pocket CS over here, since nobody actually has the benefit of it. Valletta with Ngazargamu, one of them will be Spain's, and I do have to agree, Valletta would be awesome over here for China if he does manage to get that face generation going, and it does look like he's already working quite a few face points. He can get his city center buildings with Valletta with faith, which is amazing as a bonus to have, especially if you are not using that faith for anything else. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
quite
so
nice.
like honestly, Ben can just save his faith here and then just choose Valletta with 3 invest real quick, and within 1 turn just buy Grain Reason Monument in every city. And then it's already worth.
We do have a big question over here about Spain. They did not find where Spain lives. They do not know where he lives. What they do know is he's making a lot of admiral points, 8 great admiral points at then, just as much as England, and he does have quite a few cities already on 5, and he's putting another 1. It looks like Rome might actually figure what is happening over here if China is not going to be fast enough on the buttons.
They can also just assume from loyalty, like they see Valletta, if I'm not mistaken.
No, nobody sees Valletta.
You just showed the vision.
Oh, they see, yeah, sorry, but
yeah,
so you can click on it and it says the pressure, right?
Yeah. They will just see the loyalty of Spain and just assume he's there, so they have at least an idea. It's still a big deal to see a Spanish city for spy though. If Damori survives till later timing.
Well, TaskForceFish is just getting more science. Damori is on 34. Next turn he's going to get Pingala in there. He's getting another campus from London, and he's getting harbor shipping project, so he can actually be competitive here in the admiral screen. We do have Rome also getting some great admiral points. Indonesia started up, Scythia starting up a little bit with Australia. I guess Australia is going to need to start to pump out boats as much as he can, and I'm pretty sure they will need to keep as much gold on their side as they can, so they can upgrade those boats for both sides, for Rage on one side, for TaskForceFish on one side and Damori on the other. Oh, there we go, 52 science on Damori. He's trying to get there, and it looks like TaskForceFish is switching to archery. He might want to try to get mercenaries at the same time. This is not those rushes we were waiting for, with maybe 1 or 2 caravels smashing through the English boats and putting them down to the bottom of the seas. We might actually see them slacking a little bit and going for mercenaries, because the gold at the moment is just not there. Actually, looking at the gold generation, Freritos is well ahead, and they do have more production across the board against CoC.
Yeah, but usually you're like, if you're really rushing, you cannot afford mercenaries either way, because like usually you just need to go for Sil to have the military if you actually want to trade, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really doubtful that this will happen. But yeah, TaskForceFish switching off, maybe signalizing that they realize they won't have enough gold for a rush, so he will just abort. I don't know.
Oh, you know, he's going back. Okay, so he just wanted to put it off for 1 turn. Okay. And I gotta say, the difference between him and Damori is 5 turns, so he can smash through the boats of Cahokia here. Only like 2 or 3 turns, and that's about it. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna need to enlist the help of Khornie from the north. Scythia will need to do something about this. I don't actually think Australia is gonna have the power of his own to handle England. Or maybe we're gonna see Rage come out to fight. I gotta point out something that was also in the chat over here. We do have a possible canal play for Indonesia. Pompi can get a canal city on the Deer tile and get all of his boats through there on the western side, so he can help attack Spain from the south of Valletta. I'm sure Rage is gonna need to actually get over there and see this land. Yeah, he does. He is aware this is a possibility. They do know where Indonesia is.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But to be confident enough to do that, I don't know. He's split right now. I don't know if Indo really prepares for Jongs here, and doesn't really look like it's also taking horseback and stuff like this. Another thing I wanted to say is that Cahokia is actually not really only Scythia. I think someone in chat pointed out earlier.
Yeah.
Like liberation for Australia is a huge deal because he gets like I think 100% production over 10 turns if he liberates a city.
Yeah.
Which is completely stupid. So like if they can somehow get their hands on Cahokia, this will be game changing.
He's gonna be so happy with this. Oh man, yeah. Well, also maybe that is one of the reasons that TaskForceFish did switch back to cartography. Now he can't actually pre-build galleys anymore. He's gonna need to upgrade these, the ones he has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually, not bad. Okay, to go against England. Doesn't have an admiral for them, and I did see a lot of them are actually not only getting those projects in, but they're also passing around the next animals. Rome might snatch this one, the next one. We'll see. He has a chance next turn, and I guess this is all about the money. TaskForceFish is receiving the money from his allies. He has 421. He can actually get 250 more gold on his side from Ben and Khornie, and he is actually getting it. So at least 3 boats will be upgraded here, 3 caravels. There is a 1-tile choke that is defending Cahokia, and that I gotta point out, England just needs to delay this for a few turns, for only 3 turns, and that's it. And he's gonna get his own caravels over there.
Yeah, also we really have to look at admirals next turn, because one
Yep.
probably unlock it and then it's click and everyone is gone.
He's not upgrading. Gaius Dulius over here as the admiral. Yeah. Gaius Dulius will be amazing if he does manage to get that on the level 1 galley. It will help him a lot. Well, okay, well, that happened fast. Cartography 2 turns for Damori. Let's see what happens. It's probably gonna be mid-turn for Rome. They control the timing of this opening, and this actually sets quite a bit of pressure for the players. If you do not know when a great person will be revealed. And there we go. We got the first one taken. Oh, they didn't. Okay, they're taking. Rajendra just got taken by somebody. Spain does have the next one, and the only one actually to have it. So it's Rajendra on England and Himeros on Spain, with Zenki on Indonesia. Interesting.
Yeah, so Spain probably gonna pass the last one to hopefully Australia.
Oh, and England is gonna get the next one. It's gonna be Leif Erikson coming up here. That is massive. England can use Rajendra, can activate Rajendra, and then use an extra admiral there. That is massive.
The biggest deal is also Australia doesn't have one. Neither Australia nor Scythia has one. So yeah. So Cahokia definitely not gonna fall.
And it's all up to Rage at this point.
Yeah, but I have to point out though.
Yeah.
Like this is still the 1v2. If Damori gets cocky here and tries to push either one of these, and centers his naval on the west side, Wage can just sweep him and kill all the city without any defense. So, like honestly, Damori really needs to care here that he doesn't get killed while trying to push.
I agree, but I have a big question mark with Rage. He's still going for the projects. He's going for the next lighthouses. He's going for the trade outs. He doesn't have an insane amount of science, and he's covering apprenticeship instead of going for without that many mines, I might add, instead of going for cartography. So I'm conflicted about what his intentions are. If he actually is able to prepare his navy to actually handle what is happening over here. There might be some information discrepancy between what he knows, what Australia knows, and what Scythia knows. They might actually have received the information that, okay, all is fine and we can take out England with just pumping out gold into our caravels and then taking out Cahokia, which will be amazing. They're not privy to the information that we have of Damori discovering cartography next turn.
Oh yeah, but when you look at Spain, it's really not about the wash. Like Spain, you obviously want to have a later push because you have the earlier fleets, you have the earlier armadas, etc., etc. So as Spain, it's completely fine to be a bit laid back here.
Okay, let's see. I want to say this is gonna go with a lot of boats here. This is what we want to see, right? A lot of boats. But honestly, with how many boats galleys I see over here on Damori, he can upgrade a lot of them. These galleys of Australia will not stand a chance, and if he get some extra units like scouts, for example, in the water for the extra support bonus, I think Damori might be well on his way to taking quite a few cities from Scythia as well.
Yeah, remains to be seen, and also, like, obviously Damori has plus 80 on these two guys right now, or like, as soon as he upgraded. But still, like, it's not like he can just sweep them over easily in the 1v2, and especially immediately. Like, he has to be worried a bit about Spain. I mean, he can see that he has low military right now, but everyone knows you can chop out the navy pretty fast. So, remains to be seen.
Not when you're doing irrigation. Not when you're doing irrigation, man.
I'm not talking about what Spain actually does, but rather I'm excited about what Damori chooses to go for. Just stay defensive in the 1v3 or actually trying to push?
Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up here 7 turns until the next era. It looks like on this side we didn't actually take a look at Russia, and the chat over here is asking what is Russia doing. We got Novgorod with the Titiits next to him. Looks like we do have Tula also getting some temples there. Lavras coming up from Moscow. St. Petersburg is gonna get Theater Square over here, and he did build the Temple of Artemis. I do see Ulhas is sure a little bit lacking the science, but he does have a good amount of culture, 44, and I do see also 47 faith from him. 74 production, not bad, not ideal, but not bad. On this side, Rome did actually get a lot of gold generation going, 90 gold a turn. He did put up a lot of those trade routes on the coast towards Indonesia. Very nice, by the way. The setup, the early setup for coastal trade routes does help them so much to get the gold, the correct gold in the water. And as you can see, he's actually, Indonesia is next to him in the puddle over here, is building a few boats that did get discovered by Australia. This is another one of those alarm bells that should ring on their side. Indonesia does have the power to buy out units with faith. He can keep on building while Damori fights on the seas over there against 3, and he can come out with jonks to party. Not gonna be that great. Not gonna be, sorry, that easy, but it is gonna happen. Yeah, we do have also Gitarja. Let's actually take a look over here with 62 science and 52 culture. On this side, I gotta point out CoC is slacking a little bit behind. Even Damori did manage to get more science than TaskForceFish, and now he is managing to sim ahead of him. This is gonna be extremely concerning, especially without that lack of admiral here. Rajendra Kola and the extra admiral points that Damori is benefiting from will allow him to do more damage against the Australian boats. Do have scouts being put in the water here from Charlie and Delta, and I gotta say this is starting to get out of the hands of CoC.
Well, obviously it's not exactly according to plan.
Well, we do have finally Rage realizing that he's gonna need to get his own cartography, 4 turns away from cartography, feudalism in 6. We do have him with a lot of potential economy here, but he's only on 27 at the moment. He's getting those traders right now. And since he is in a free inquiry golden age, he is gonna need to get the science as well. He's only on 50 out of 52. Well, I guess nobody actually is going for the next golden yet, the next golden points. And we do need to see if he does manage to get enough boats. He's still around 9 turns, I would say, from even getting to the English coast. That's a long time. 9 turns, it's a long time. It's an extremely long time.
Oh yeah, as being said, as Spain, generally speaking, it's not really about the timing, but rather than just the war quantity. And Wage really playing the slow game here. Like, it's not like he doesn't realize the situation, I would at least assume. He just take his time building lighthouses, building up the traders, developing his cities a bit, etc., etc. Because like all these fleets or even armadas don't come for free, right? You have to really have to have the infrastructure to build actually huge fleets to just overwhelm your opponent this way. So like I wouldn't be surprised if it's only next era before Wage comes active.
Yeah. Oh, question over here. If Indo does actually know about the canal city, he does not know. He knows about this deer tile, but he doesn't know how the land looks like on the west side, if there is a possibility for him to go there. So I don't think he's planning at all for that kind of maneuver. I do see in the great people the next admirals will be extremely expensive, 300 points, and as you can see over here, quite a few of them are making those points. Spain did manage to get 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken, and he should be fine. Well, actually, one of them that actually matters. It was Himerios on Spain. The fleet ability on Spain will be awesome, by the way. That is definitely gonna have the potential of upsetting this, but look at the English 1 caravel going into the lands of Spain. He wants to figure it out. He wants to know if Rage is actually gonna do anything about him, and is at the moment the answer is no. Iron working in 1, feudalism in 5. Is this a gold problem? They don't have the gold?
On the one hand, this is probably some gold problems, but actually what Damori does here is so incredible annoying. Because like if like only 1 caravel shows up, you kind of forced to take cartography and upgrade a caravel for yourself, and then you cannot free-build the galleys for cheap anymore. So like this is actually really good play by Damori here. Like I'm not even sure if he is necessarily intending this, but I can tell this is really annoying. If just 1 ship shows up, you have to upgrade just to answer, or he will get the pillages.
Well, we do have now a lot of galleys coming up here, and that caravel of Damori, I don't think it actually got spotted. It looks like it's there, and it's just sitting. Let me see, did it get spotted? No, it's just out of vision. I think Rage does realize that he's gonna need to get that cartography 2 turns, feudalism coming up in 2 as well, so he should be well on his way to upgrade with mercenaries afterwards if somebody is actually gonna get it. Looks like TaskForceFish is trying to get that in 5 turns, or if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we do have also more harbors coming up from Indonesia. The gold per turn is starting to get bigger on Khornie and Ben, 64 and 59, but we do have Titiits over there with 108. Very good plays coming up from Titiits to actually get that economy going from the beginning. He did get lucky with the connections between him and Indonesia, but still he actually made what he needed to do. Finally, we do have that coastal city on Shen, to the northwest of Beijing. Now we have international trade routes sent, and the reason that the economy is starting to go up. What do you think of this, by the way? The fact that they delayed this for so long. First argument that comes to mind is they didn't actually have that many internationals to work with.
Yeah, also as being said, Spain generally wants to play the naval a bit slower if he can, to make obviously use of his disadvantages. So like you need quite a bit more infrastructure on Spain to actually pump out the fleets, etc. So having a first round of Magnus makes a lot of sense, but actually he didn't go for it.
No. He spotted the caravel. He can lose a city, man.
He just, like, Wade just finished his lighthouses and is bringing up now his traders. So earlier it wouldn't make sense for Ben to settle coastal. Because Wade only had like 1 or 2 traders before.
Okay. Well, now we do see they're gonna try to get those points in, those goal points in. In the production queues, they are also slacking behind a little bit with a few tens of points behind. Titiits is 111 versus Ben's 79. We got Pompi on 113, and I think we can compare him with Khornie on 83. But Damori is 895 versus TaskForceFish is 62, while Rage 82 versus I guess Ulhas is 89, or you can call out Damori's 96. It does seem like across the board, even if in the numbers you would think Spain should be bigger, he's still slacking a little bit behind when it comes to that that production. And of course the lack of cities over here on Australia does hurt him a little bit. I don't see England actually really pushing out right now, even if he does have a caravel fleet with Embol on promotion. This is oh, he's going, okay, he's gonna take cities from Scythia now. It's just gonna be as annoying as possible, and Khornie does barely have butters in 2. This was not a city that actually had a single district in, and I don't see any even chops plugged in, but he does have Pingala in there. That's gonna take away a decent amount of science from Scythia, which he didn't have that much to begin with on 36. I guess that puts him relatively on par with Ulhas' 22. On this side, by the way, we do have a caravel from Spain. He was forced to build at least one, and now, of course, that also gives Damori the information that we have caravels coming out from Rage. Rage did finish cartography, and I think he just finished. Did he just get mercenaries? I saw it just went. Let me see. No. Okay, never mind. I can actually figure it out this time. Boom, boom, boom. No, that's no. No card over here, unfortunately. So again, needed to put 180 points into one of those caravels. The boats, oh, they're trying to figure out what's going on in the south. This is gonna be massive. If Damori figures out what's going on in the south over here, how the land looks like, this is gonna be massive. We do have quadrims in production from Jakarta. I do see Stonehenge coming up from Bima. We do have only a few more turns until this era finishes. Only 2 more turns, and I'm pretty sure everybody wants to get a golden age here. Except TaskForceFish. I think he wants to be in a dark age, but he is not getting it. Oh no, he went 45 out of 45. I would assume him wanting to be in a dark age for that extra +5 card would have been amazing. Anyway, Ulhas 59 out of 61. We do have him 2 points away, and I think he should be able to get it. Let's see, campus coming up from St. Petersburg. We do have another campus from Kazan. He did finish Oracle, Pyramids, and doesn't have a swordsman. I think he can, yeah, he should be able to get at least 1 swordsman. Maybe a boat. I don't see a boat. We do have next Titiits on 55 out of 55. He did manage to guarantee his golden. Pompi 51-51. He needs 11 more points. He's gonna lose his golden age here. Or easy. He has a Stonehenge, so he's gonna get the 3 out of that. He can get the how to say Great Prophet. That's 4, and then he can get Religion. That's another 3. Is it gonna be enough? Doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. Can he get a Jong? Does he? Did he discover Jongs? A Divine Right in 1. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go, Jong. There we go, Jong. Okay, so he's 1 point out. He just needs to finish his religion. Okay, he's fine. Wait. Can he get there? Oh no. Oh no. It's too far away? Is this gonna be? Oh no.
Stonehenge and flat tile?
Yeah, oh no.
I mean, he can always get 1 point, like just by a horse or something. But
yeah, I guess he needs the goal from his teammates. But yeah, let's see. I guess we're gonna need to see.
He gets divine next turn.
Yeah, but this is the last turn. Right? This is the last turn. Yeah, this is the last turn. It's so close. Anyway, Ulhas, there we go, got it, 61-61. On the other side, Khornie going Dark Age. We do have him losing a city, possibly losing another city. He did move away from actually getting cartography, going for apprenticeship here, and I do see him realizing that, okay, that's gonna happen. He's gonna lose cities, unfortunately. Australia's power spike was not that successful. And on this side, let's see, Ben, 59-58, he guarantees his. TaskForceFish, 45-45, he doesn't have his. He needs 11 more points, and he's not gonna get it. While Rage is gonna go Dark Age. Okay, Dark Age fleet caravels with an admiral against England. That's what's popping in my mind now.
It's just way too little. I feel like he cannot build anymore. He needed to upgrade. Like there's no time for Venetian in this situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like this really doesn't look good for CoC.
No, and I gotta say, not only the team that Freritos that managed to get the gold, Damori's moves were exactly on point. Exactly what he needed to do when he needed to do. Yeah.
I mean, I guess at this point, I just I need to apologize. Like I said it. The right way the first time, right? Like the first time you asked me, I was like, Damori is excellent and able, let's watch and learn.
Yeah.
Then I was doubting him, saying, I think the 5th settler's too greedy, his stats are too low. Yeah, I guess Damori shows up once again, why he is considered at least one of the best naval players in the world.
Yep. I gotta point out TaskForceFish still has a lot of science, and we did move into the medieval era. Now we got golden, dark, dark, golden, normal, dark. Damori is also in a dark age, so he's also gonna have that extra +5 card available for him. Ulhas did go for a second monumentality with 74 faith at 10, 112 production. Not that much science and culture, but he's still developing cities there. Titiits, Pembrush and Voice, he does have 71, 77, and Ben needs to catch up. Pompi, 100 science and 39 culture, switched to a free inquiry golden age, and he's starting to get jonks in the water with the possibility to get some caravels over here. Even if we're gonna see maybe like 2 jonks and 3 caravels from Indonesia, they will be so annoying to deal with on Australia's western coast. I would not be surprised if we're gonna see something like this coming out from Pompi. Damori 42-36, we got the monumentality golden age here. Unfortunately, it is a dark age. And let's actually take a look at the votes here. Give me a second.
Yeah, I think it's Australia normal, by the way. So they have. So on CoC, it's only Ben and Golden, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of catastrophic.
Whoever voted Freritos is gonna be very rich. Yeah. Let me see what did happen in the prediction. Oh my god, CoC had 85% and Freritos only the remaining 15. Well,
okay.
Still quite a few things can happen here. Let's not discount CoC out of the water. We do have the possibility of Spain to get big over here, and we do see those fleets starting to come out. I do see England still going over here in the south. He is gonna sniff this out. He's gonna see this. Oh man, that one caravel, the information plays coming up from Freritos are amazing.
Yeah, as I pointed out earlier, it's not only the information, but just by being there, Wage had to finish cartography and upgrade. Because he has to fear this one caravel. This is so annoying. Yeah.
Well, he didn't go crazy with it. He just upgraded one caravel. I do see Rage is in a dark age, so at least that. TaskForceFish normal age. Ben is golden, and Khornie dark age. Of course, Scythia over here still losing cities, which is losing strength of the cities. I see the 7 brothers getting hit and slowly losing that strength there. Australia did stabilize the defense, and I do see him getting quadrims out. He should be 2 turns away from getting square rigging. The biggest issue and of course the challenge is to actually even get niter now. We do have niter on Pompi, we got niter on Titiits. Looks like Rage and TaskForceFish are both getting niter on both sides, so I guess we will probably see quite a few frigates. This will change up the dynamic of the war, and whenever frigates start to come out, also that is when there is a possibility, a strong possibility, to start pushing through the one-tile chokes. Wait, no! Oh my god!
What's the problem?
He didn't see it.
What do you mean? You already see the canal, like you can see the cliff.
You don't know if this is blocked or not.
Well, yeah, but honestly, do you really care?
Yeah. If it's not blocked, if it's blocked, of course, then you may put a city for nothing. That would have been 110, bro.
Yeah, but did you see this Damori guy flexing 1v3? Like, do you really think he needs the help of Indonesia?
Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is. He's like, you know, bro, yeah, you just keep simming over there. It's fine. I got this,
yeah,
bro.
Just give me the gold, I will carry. This is how Damori is working.
Why is Leech saying, Boreal is asking, why is Leech saying the finals? He's saying it is the final of the winner bracket, Boreal. It's a bit of a... I guess, yeah, it's, you can call it the upper finals, but these are the semi-finals actually. It's not the grand final, yes.
Winner bracket final is the correct term, I guess.
Yeah, what is Romanian time? Romanian time, you mean? Oh, I need to drink. Wow, yeah. No winner of lower bracket is playing the loser of this. Yeah. 30 seconds in Romanian. Oh, I see. I gotta speak 30 seconds in Romanian. Ok. So, vedem cum încep să fie... vedem cum încep să apară fregatele pe câmpul de bătălie. O să vedem de asemenea cum diferitele civilizații încep să reacționeze la aceste tehnologii noi. Așa cum a evoluat jocul, se pare că Anglia este într-o poziție de 1 contra 3 și se pare că în momentul de față reușește să câștige pe multiple fronturi. Dacă o să reușească asta și în următoarele faze ale jocului, o să rămână de văzut. În același timp, pe partea cealaltă a hărții, vedem cum Spania începe să se pregătească de război. De asemenea, în mijlocul hărții vedem o mică armată din partea Romei și Chinei. Okay, I think that is 30 seconds in Romania. So basically what I said was we see the frigates start to pop out of the cities. We see, of course, how we will need to see how the players react to this new technology. We will also need to see England here did manage to play in a 1 versus 3 and is winning actually on multiple fronts. One of them would be Scythia, the other one would be, of course, at the moment Australia on the west side, and it doesn't look like at the moment Spain did push. But we do have Spain getting up for war with multiple quadrims, and of course this is to be looked at. And I gotta point out, in the middle of the map, we do have a bit of a military coming up from Rome to handle China's aggression from the northwest. I don't actually think that's gonna be a China aggression, a big Chinese aggression. Looks like Ben did lose quite a few stats here. He is in 5650, and he's starting to put down now more campuses and more markets. He did try to go wider, very wide actually. He's on 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cities, while Rome did sit on 2, 4, 6, 7. We've seen this before from China, from Ben. So I guess we're gonna need to see it again, see him try to get those stats for the later game. Okay, frigates coming out will definitely change the dynamic of this war. We do have the possibility of him to take out the caravels of Australia, and you do see he's actually managing to take one down. At the moment, Fish is gonna need to upgrade his own frigates with gold. He does he have? Yes, he does have professional army with retinue, so he can upgrade with the half cost. It's just a matter of time until he gets there. And I do see a little bit of a rebellion over here in CoC. What's the prompt for the CWC website link? It's exclamation mark CWC. Yeah. Also, it looks like the winner of this best of three is guaranteed a place in the final. Who they play will depend on the lower bracket, the loser of this playing. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what's happening. We need to actually give, I think, at least a week, if not 2 weeks of break for the upper bracket after we see them win or lose here, and we're gonna see who from the lower bracket will actually pick up that flag. We're gonna win. They're gonna win there and come up to fight the winners of this series.
Well, the loser as well, right? Because this is how it works. The loser drops down to lower bracket.
There is a, I think there is, yeah, there is a lower final, the small final, I guess. Yep.
Well, am I mistaken? Like, I'm not 100% sure about the structure, but I thought how it works is like the loser of this series drops down to the lower bracket, so it is actually totally possible that this will be a rematch in the finals.
Yes, I just shared you the bracket.
Yeah,
so you can see it.
Like this is just a very common round, double round robin, right?
Yeah.
This is how it works. So either way, we are guaranteed to see both of these teams once again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're in the upper bracket, so they will definitely need to lose 2 times if that comes to pass here. I do want to check, by the way, the damage points. So it looks like 81 strength from the Spanish caravel fleets without an admiral. Let's actually check this one. This is 86 with the admiral. Okay, very nice. That's against Rajendra Kola, but without an admiral on England. So now I do think there is a ticking clock starting to put more pressure on Rage over here, and we do need to see him get his fleet on the front line and get on English border, so he can actually put more pressure on England, so he doesn't let Australia lose, because Australia over here is going to be under pressure from so many of these English frigates and caravels. It is going to be a massive problem. We do have them also needing to get to Merchant Republic, so they can manage to get those, get that card in the press gangs card, and we do need to see how this is going to evolve. Let's see, army tab. We do have Rage with the moment 0 Niter, but I think he was making Niter earlier, so I guess we're going to need to see where is that Niter tile. It doesn't have a Niter tile. Okay,
they just used it up for Australia frigates. So we need to have a look how many they do per turn.
Yeah, but I don't see the Niter tile. I guess, anyway, China might actually have one also. I saw TaskForceFish making Niter, and again, not that much Niter on their side. At least he did manage to up the frigates over here, and oh no, that's so much damage. That is so much damage.
Let's just have a look on the wall over how much they make. This is easier.
On the what? Sorry?
Wait, the army tab doesn't... Like, it shows that they make 0 Niter, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, there you go.
No, it didn't update. It's 3, 3, 1,
1 on Ben, yeah. So Scythia makes no Niter at all. Ben only has the tech.
Yep.
And then Wage and TaskForceFish on 6, so that's 7 a turn.
Yep.
That's not enough for Spain.
Oh no, couldn't upgrade that one, and it did get taken down by Damori again. Damori showing up with quite a few of those first moves over here against his opponent. And we don't need to see the counter attack, but it doesn't seem like any of the boats of England will fall quickly. We do have him also going towards Isik, and we're just a few moments away from seeing Spanish boats go against English boats over here. Where did one... Okay, one actually caravel just went to the top somewhere. I don't know where, but I guess he might actually come around and go into the economic zone of... This is again another extremely annoying move, but can be so successful from Damori to go into the economic line of his opponents and pillage as many traders as possible with impunity.
Yeah, definitely. Damori really showing off here.
Yeah,
making
flexing.
Some really good moves.
Yeah. We don't actually have Indonesia putting more boats in the water, and this would have been actually probably something that Australia couldn't handle, but anyway, it's not happening. TaskForceFish is trying to get walls. He is aware that might be a possibility. Unfortunately, the city of Echo is just not having any production there. Yeah, we do have frigates coming off from Alpha. If whatever boats he gets over here in that capital city, he needs to move it all the way around, and that is quite a way for him to actually output here. The fact that he does have a few frigates does allow him to, there we go, kill a boat of England, and we do need to see if he's gonna manage to get the walls up. Walls are not gonna stop the frigates, but they are gonna slow them down a little bit. Oof, okay, that's another frigate goes down, probably another one. There we go, 2 frigates went down, and this caravel is not gonna die. Oh, these are not good chances for Australia. At least he's gonna survive with city over here. Maybe he can get another one, but there's nowhere to hide. That's the... Yeah,
honestly, Charlie and Delta is just dead.
Yeah.
No way.
The timing on Spain to get here is just... well, I guess this might be a trade for trade. I don't think Damori is going to move away from the western coast, but that would still leave Alpha, Bravo and Echo alive. Maybe, yeah, it's England going all in on Australia. They're trying to take out Australia. We do have 4 more pre-builds from Australia, and the new defense will probably be set up on Bravo.
Kind of what I was worried about earlier, but we will see how well Damori can defend here.
Yeah. Good evening, the Loon.
This is where it actually gets spicy once again.
Yeah.
For Damori.
Thank you so much, sir, for the prime. And this is gonna be quite a problem, because I see these Spanish caravel fleets do take 2 shots on the English caravels quite easily. He will have frigate fleets also, a lot of them to play with, and it's not like England cannot counterattack into these caravel fleets. They are so strong.
He will not have frigate fleets because they don't have the Niter. They used everything on Australia, and he can only upgrade like 1 frigate a turn. Like not even this. Like a frigate fleet takes 10 Niter with the card.
Yep.
They just don't have enough Niter for these quadrants.
Oh, there's a caravel coming in, swooping in to take out these caravel fleets. Oh my god, where are they gonna go? Well, at least next time he's gonna have 1. I see them starting to give the Niter to Rage. Did he see it? I don't think he saw it. No, he didn't see it. But the caravel did see what's going on here. Oh man, I guess this is also a good move coming up from Damori to handle that. And we do need to see what Rage is gonna do here. How is he gonna react to this? On the middle of the land, we do have Scythia getting a massive army out, and now he actually might start to push Russia. He's getting a lot of knights, and we do have on the other side Russia with 48 science and 85 culture. Doesn't have that much gold, but that's not a problem at the moment, with Rome and Indonesia making a lot of gold. Printing coming up into for Titiits will boost Ulhas. Ulhas is on engineering. He's trying to get to expos, and from what I can see, he did manage to get Grandmaster Chapel. I didn't see that very big numbers when it comes to the faith generation. He's only on 97, so even if he does benefit from Grandmaster Chapel, he doesn't have a lot of faith in the bank to get units out. And this Scythian army, I gotta say, it has a very good chance of taking out quite a few cities here from Russia.
Well, yeah, but to be honest, they really have to.
Yeah, they have to. Like this is the moment.
Because sim-wise, it's really like, okay, there's Ben versus Indo and Rome, which are kind of free sim.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Scythia kind of really needs to sweep Russia here to even out some playing fields at least. Because like even like let's just assume Damori falls asleep and Rage can just cleanly sleep Damori here. Like Damori still evolved 3 players.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that okay, there we go. We got a frigate fleet. One frigate fleet to rule them all. Hello there, good sir, and thank you so much for the follow. Are we gonna have to change Nightbot to say fish is usually the biggest? No.
I'm
no.
always down with usually.
No,
yeah, I see.
No, he's still the biggest. Man.
I see what you did there.
Now, what is that? There was a free. Oh my God, no. Actually, okay, that's a bit of a problem. I was expecting here to see a caravel, but I don't know where it disappeared. Did it get taken down by England? I guess so. Delta did go down. Charlie will go down. I do see more boats showing up to defend the northern part, and at the moment it looks like Rage is not really attacking with all of his might, even though he should be able to two-shot these boats here. He's not doing it yet. Now we do have in the army tab more Niter available. Okay, there we go. He can upgrade another one of these with the half coast card, another quadrim fleet. Oh, he's gonna get another tile here in Mohenjo-Daro. Okay, very important to get that Niter in. We did have also Ben exploding in the size where he was on 56. Now he's on 122 and 79, and he's getting attacked by Rome here. That is a bit unfortunate. He doesn't have units to handle this, and he's still getting encampment down in Long Sea. Do they have the gold? Yeah, now they have as much gold as they need to. Okay, looks like Scythia is getting in to the units in the cities of Russia, getting catapults, and we do need to see how Rage is gonna do this. I guess the biggest question is how is their mental fortitude at the moment? Can they keep on going to see what happens? Because this is so dirty. Like there's moves and counter moves, and you can't really say oh my God, okay, definitely there's one team ahead and it will take out everybody else.
Well, I mean, as we are all agreeing that the game is very heavily tilted in Freritos' favor, like let's just take a moment the perspective of CoC and how they may win, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess they may not actually as Ben somehow winning 1v2 against Indo-Rome on land.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think if you look at anyone to carry, Ben is probably a good candidate.
But and this is free inquiry Indo as well.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, he's getting distracted right now. So like, I would honestly say like if Ben takes serious damage here from Rome, and I really don't see much more odds here. Like, it remains to be seen. Like if Ben can just get away with like the minimal amount of defense against Rome here, keep simming up and push later on, maybe they have a chance. But other than this, I don't see much, to be honest.
Yeah, this guy is calling out industrialization in 3 turns for Indonesia. Did he go industrialization? Oh yeah, he's actually going industrialization. Okay, 2 turns. That is gonna be a lot of production on him. And also, I do see this Venetian arsenal coming up from Pompi. Oh wow. Okay, that is gonna be massive.
Yeah, okay. Also Falcon predicted it earlier that Wedge gonna die to Indo late game, and they really have to agree with that. Like, you can just settle the canal city and clean up Wedge.
Yeah.
And then actually the economy is in shambles because the Freritos will have naval control.
Well, let's see what Rage is gonna pull out of his hat over here. At the moment, he's only on 86 science with 40 culture, does have a Dark Age. He is pushing forward to take out cities from England, and England, of course, kept pushing into the southwest, into Australia's land. Now it seems like Australia, well, will have a rebellion in the city of Delta. I don't think it's going to be his, and I do see the city of Bravo, for example, has a few problems. Well, we're going to need to see in the late game what's going to happen on the land and what's going to happen on the seas. We do have Scythia pushing forward towards Russia. Russia does manage to get a few knights out to defend himself, and he's getting archers now. He was going for expos, and I guess he still wants to go towards that. I don't see the upgrade button yet. He did finish, how to say, these knights on the front line, and now I guess it is going to be a little bit harder for Scythia to push through, but at least he's going to reap the benefits of the gold. And if he doesn't take cities, that's going to be a problem. We don't have military engineers to set up roads yet, and these catapults will take quite a bit of time to get to the city of Tula. And of course, in the meantime, Khornie is just going to need to fight these Russian units as hard as he can. Okay, not that many boats remain, by the way, from England from that war. He's putting a lot of effort to take out Australia, and it doesn't look like he's gonna manage to deal with Spain in the north. Okay, we do have Damori starting to pillage a few tiles from Zaragoza. Spain did get over there a frigate and another quadrim to defend himself with. I guess the moment that we're gonna see if Indonesia is gonna put that canal city is the moment we see another one of those settlers coming out. We still don't have him knowing about all of this.
Well, he kinda knows. Like, if you see the weave, you would just assume that there's a passage. Like, I'm not worried about this. But also, you have to say he's not really in a hurry. Like, I mean, he has that in science. He can easily wait for ironclads or even destroyers.
Yeah. China did manage to get 3 knights out, and it looks like minimum effort is here. He got an encampment with a wall. Rome doesn't have a way to push through, doesn't have that many units, even though he does have the benefits of Shun Tzu. It's gonna be quite hard for him to push. Still, I gotta point out, Titiits 139 science, 125 culture. We got Pompi 172 science with 59 culture, and then Ulhas is 62 of 99 versus Khornie's 38 37. Somehow Scythia needs to get the points in for, or I should say, against Russia here. Otherwise, this is gonna be a very, very awkward position for them in the next era.
Also, Falcon makes a really good point. Like, there's not really a need to make naval play for Indo, actually. He can just plain Ben, I guess.
He can just play Ben, you said?
Plain.
Plain. Okay, yeah. I mean, sure.
He goes for flight and just flies into Ben's land while Worm can maybe go for the land troops.
Yep. Well, first city goes down. Newcastle upon Tyne got taken down. Damori lost a decent amount of science from that. I think that was the Pingala city, if I'm not mistaken. We do have a few new boats coming up from England. I don't think he actually discovered the Merchant Republic yet. He's gonna get it next time, so he's gonna get more production towards these caverns from the press gangs card. But again, it's very hard for him to actually attack into these Spanish boats. These are starting to acquire promotions, and they're gonna start to get stronger. We don't have anything yet here in the north, and from what I can see, he's starting to deal with the caravel in Zaragoza as well, getting more caravels from his other cities, building up his navy for the next part of the game. So we're gonna need to see what Pompi's move is here, and there is that expression, we pompen for a reason. Pompi is gonna need to carry to the late game, and I'm pretty sure Titiits is gonna try to do some moves here. When it comes to the economy, it looks like Rage with Ben did manage to stabilize the economy of CoC altogether. They do have 119 plus 126, but TaskForceFish is losing a little bit. Khornie is also making just a little bit. On the other side, we do have 200 gold on Titiits and 124 on Pompi. Damori 17 with Ulhas on 26. Gonna need to see if they...
Let's have a...
Yeah?
So let's have a quick look at the Science City State at this point.
Mitra, Titiits, Fez, Pompi, Khornie, Nalanda, Bologna, Ulhas. So they have 3 on Freritos and only 1 on CoC.
Yeah,
RH has Muscat.
Much higher science.
Yeah, Ben is on Valletta. And yeah, that's science over there. And I gotta point out, there's nobody booming in the science screen from CoC because Spain needs to keep on going over here. He needs to keep on building up his navy, and that's not going to allow him to develop an empire. Khornie also needing to go against Ulhas. It's going to quote unquote derail himself. So Ben needs to pull up the science and the culture for for 2 players, and he is against 2 players. 1v2 for Ben with a broken wrist. This is quite a challenge. Yeah, yes. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking for myself what COC could do here. Like, they obviously need to somehow get the second city-state back, I guess. But like, with guys dying left, right, and center. Like, I mean, not necessarily full dying, but.
Yeah, I mean, England is not gonna get to kill him. He took 2 series,
like
3 series.
Khornie and Fish are obviously both do well.
Yeah, Fish over here. Well, I guess Fish still has some teeth in him because of the quadrims. He's gonna get back Delta at some point. We do have. Well, I guess he's gonna lose Bravo. Never mind.
No. Fish can be happy if he survives here.
Yeah. I mean, the quadrims. If he gets to upgrade his quadrims. Unfortunately, the Niter is not there. So and the gold. So that was quite an issue. If he does manage to counter into these English boats, he might have been. Stabilizing. He's probably worried about Indonesia pushing out, and that's exactly what Indonesia will do. We got 2 of these jonks, and I gotta say he doesn't need enough. Like he doesn't need a lot of them. I was saying he's just like get 3 of them and 2 and like 3 caravels, 2 of these jonks, or 2 caravels and 3 jonks, and that's it. 5 units will do the rest. Yeah, that's enough pressure to go against Australia here.
Yeah, also Fish is an obviously delicate position, so it's extremely hard for him to escape.
Yeah. On Ben, we do have him getting his industrial zones down. He's going for gunpowder in 3, enlightenment in 1. Pompi did finish that industrialization, and we see the extra points of production. That's something that also we need to take into account. How is the production between all of them? Ulhas, for example, has a lot more production than Khornie, and if he doesn't have the same strength units, he is doing so much damage with the ones he has, not to mention he is able to output a lot of them.
Well, yes, but I mean, it's obvious that this is desperation times for COC, so Khornie just wanted to make something happen before he cannot do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And, I mean, at least he gets some pillagers off here, being useful for the team.
I mean, it's just a matter of time until the catapults get there, and I think we might see cities going down. Now, looking at what's going on, even if Russia is putting units in on the map, he's losing quite a few of them. Most of them, actually, if I'm not mistaken, he lost almost all that he built.
Oh yeah, I agree. This was just a reaction to Khornie having much lower stats and production. Like this is kind of a desperation effort. Like what I'm pretty much saying is like Khornie needed to count that, like needed to make it count right now, or like he's useless, right? And he kind of found his timing.
Well, let's see if he's gonna manage to break Russia. It's still gonna be a while until we're gonna see him get to the main cities, and the ones he has in front will need to we'll need to see how fast these fortifications go down. On this side, I think China did stabilize. We do have China getting 145 science, 100 culture, but look at Pompi go with 200. There are only 7 more turns until the next era, and we're going to need to take a look at the era score here. While looking at what's going on, let me see the great scientist. Did anybody get Newton? No, not yet. No Newton got picked up yet. In the Great People screen, Horatio Nelson is the next admiral, and it is, of course, 500 points. That means they did go through the 300 ones. Let me see. So Rome did pick up Isun Sin. We saw it activate. Francis Drake. Oh, Santa Cruz. Oh my. Okay, and Ferdinand Magellan on Indonesia. This is massive, by the way. All 4 of the Renaissance industrial ones got picked up over here, and it is only on they got picked up only on Freritos de la Vega.
Yeah, just the state of the game, I guess.
Okay, so more boats go down from England. He's also giving some pillages to his enemies here. City of Bravo is about to go down as well. Unfortunately, he did make enough niter to get a frigate there, to convert that into a frigate. That is, yeah, that is a bit awkward, but it is what it is. At least he's gonna get that niter back now, with the City of Bravo dying.
I actually don't know if he got it back.
Let's see, era score. No, he didn't. Oh my god, he didn't get it back. No, yeah, he didn't get it back.
Just wasted, yeah.
Yeah, just unfortunate. They do have a decent amount of niter now, and I guess they kind of stopped upgrading. From what I can see, of course, Spain does need to get a lot of shipyards if he wants to be competitive in the production. He's on 171 production. I can't say actually Rage has bad production at the moment, but it's definitely not on the same level as Pompi, because those production points are actually more valuable with Venetian Arsenal. He's gonna get to build so many boats so fast over here with industrialization and Venetian Arsenal. It's one turning Jongs from Tuban, by the way. Man, I know you said this is not gonna happen on the east side, but he's doing exactly that on the east side. From one city, he built a fleet, and he's going to take out Australia.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was obviously referring to watch timing and not the later game.
Yeah, well, on this side, Australia has quite a few boats of his own. Maybe he's gonna put up a defense. I don't know. We're gonna need to see when those boats start to interact over here. Maybe we're gonna see them go down to the bottom of the water. But with this ironclad, it's gonna be extremely powerful against the units of TaskForceFish. I'm not even sure they can do anything about this ironclad.
Yeah, like Falcon's asking for Escape City, like looking at that position, like he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, there wasn't any escape settler anywhere. Yeah, this is I mean, the second he dies, that's one military alliance taken away. That's also the session of the World Congress will have one less member to vote in. That's GG right there.
At this point, it really seems inevitable that Fishful dies. And yeah, I agree. They will probably CC when they realize that Fishful dies. Yeah. Maybe they were figuring to this point, okay, Damori gets pushed now, so maybe he can survive. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Spain did manage to take another city here from England. Maybe... no, he can't get boats here. Like, if Australia would have managed to get some boats over here, but he can't. And we do have Spain taking quite a few damage points on the back line, and I do see caravels getting promotions here from Damori. It does seem like, at least for now, the city of London is going to be safe. We got more boats with press gangs coming out. There is a spy from Spain in Portsmouth. I don't see a spy here. Oh, there we go. We got a spy in Mohenjo-Daro from Damori. And most of the Spanish fleet has been upgraded, promoted. I don't think Rage did manage to get to Monarchy, to Merchant Republic. No, he's actually 4 turns away from Merchant Republic. Going for mass production, he's gonna need to get shipyards going. But without fish...
Oh, far behind.
Without fish, man. Without fish. Okay, I guess we need to address the big elephant in the room. was this remappable?
Honestly, I don't think so. Like, I would stand by my point that I kind of feel like the map favors CoC actually. I think this is actually better for them.
Okay.
But honestly, Freritos just outplayed here, like, at least in my opinion. Damori just showed off with extremely good moves and timing. They made very big plays around the Admiral. Oh?
Okay. We got a question here from Good Sir. Can Russia actually defend that attack? That's a very good question. He's doing his best over here, getting a lot of these pikemen. These are anti-cav units, and of course the majority of units from Scythia are cav units, so light cavs or heavy cavs. They're gonna do a decent amount of damage. We do have Scythian catapults also dying before they actually take out the city defenses, while more new ones need to go on the front line here. It doesn't look like Scythia will actually have enough to deal with this. He's still gonna try. I'm pretty sure he's still gonna try, but it's
yeah, of course, he has no other options. Like,
yeah.
as being said, this is desperation time for CoC, so they may as well try with the dying breath instead of just CCing, right?
Yep. Okay, we do have a decent amount of damage coming out from these Australian bows, but they do not have an admiral, while Indonesia does have Zenki on his side. And of course, City of Alpha is gonna be quite strong. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get all of the defense for that city. Maybe we're even gonna see some catapults over here being built. That's, I mean, I know it's very slim chance, I'm just saying. Oh wait, Caravel Armada. Hello Caravel Armada. Yeah, that's Santa Cruz being activated.
Yeah, and obviously the Damori is also making a good job
Stalling.
stalling this year.
Yeah. And I guess,
on the bright side of things, this time the MVP question is really easy to answer.
Yeah, well, I gotta point out that Rage did manage to get 117 science with 44 culture, and we are just a few moments away from actually seeing the rollover of the era. We're gonna need to check out how the points will change, and of course on this side we do need to see also how China is gonna manage to get bigger. He did get 200 science with 125 culture, and he is making projects for campus research projects, so I guess he wants to be competitive enough to get Newton. We're gonna see if that changes anything. Looking at his development, he's going astronomy, civil engineering. He does not have yet, from what I can see, industrialization, and we do have him building up more of these walls, helping him defend a little while longer. Pompi going for steam power, and I still don't see that awesome city in the south, the canal city for the deer tile. Now we do have him getting harbor shipping projects, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be quite, yeah, he's gonna take out the Australian cities. Maybe, oh, there we go, settler coming up into from Alpha. Is he gonna put a non-freshwater city in the middle of the land over here until at least he's gonna survive until battleships?
I guess he will do whatever's necessary to stall a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah. By the way, I'm not even really a big fan of the canal play anymore, because I feel like wage doesn't matter anyway. So
yeah,
like they just should combine their efforts to kill Ben. Like Indo and Rome, obviously. Like I don't feel like that wage can carry anything late here, so you can as well just leave the guy.
I'm not sure if I would take out Rage from this, because he's gonna get to exploration. He's building his shipyards. He's gonna get faster production towards fleets, right? And he's gonna get to produce them with press gangs. So it feels like in the next part of the game he should be well on the way to take out England, and then maybe trade punches with Indonesia. I don't know if he's going to manage to get the correct technologies, though. That's something that we're going to need to see. He doesn't have universities yet, so definitely the science difference accumulated is getting bigger and bigger. It's 2,500 total science versus Pompi's 4,300. That is quite big. And I gotta say, Ben is not that far away in the science screen either. He's 26 versus Pompi's 43. But I guess we don't have in these total numbers the amount of science he's getting from the boosts, right, of China. This is always mass, so I would assume it's over 3,000 anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the math about this, but yeah, it's a bit more.
Also, that amenities difference. Falcon is pointing out a good thing over here. The amenities difference for them. We do have at the moment, I would say, content levels. Even if they lost quite a few units over here. And let's see what's happening here. Okay, content -6 on Manchester. Okay, 0, 1, 0. Okay, and it looks like actually Spain is starting to lose the grips on this city of London. Damori pushed out with everything he had. And Rage is scrambling to save what he can from here.
Yeah,
but it's
like
Indonesia. Indonesia is content as well, but he didn't start doing any damage yet. I think, yeah, he just got Echo, which is rebelling in 4. And of course, Alpha is -3.
Wait, why does this guy have Etymology?
Why that? 4 points for Era score. I guess there wasn't any other choice. Right?
On the one-time rush. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at least this city is gonna be great, right? This city in the south, he can settle it.
You mean the city which will never get settled? Sure.
Yeah, that one. No, 2 turning ironclads from Tuban. I mean, that's what he needs. And Australia over here getting back the city of Echo. Just being annoying, I guess. He's also getting that settled to the northeast. There are some scouts from England that at the moment are not actually doing that much. And from what I can see, Spain is repositioning. This is also a problem because Spain wanted to finish up his infrastructure, the shipyards and so on, so he could actually output the faster boats. Now, yes, he's gonna get Fortens to actually build the caravel fleets, and to be fair to him, he kind of derailed Damori into this. Damori was derailed from the beginning. He just managed to derail 3 other players with him. A massive performance from Damori. Massive. We've seen him do you remember when he lost a settler and he was pillaging everybody afterwards for like the next 70 turns?
The Highlands game, yeah. I remember. He was home and...
Oh, man.
And yeah, and he tried for like 90 turns to be useful, but kept failing. Like he kept walking into mountain chokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really sad to see. Yeah.
But anyway, it looks like at the moment Khornie did manage to take out the walls in Tula, and that, well, unfortunately will be met with a lot of pikemen. We do have more trebuchets coming up, and it does seem like with the amount of trebuchets he should be able to deal the damage against the city center, the necessary damage. He's gonna need to start moving next turn, and he needs to be careful with the generals. It looks like also Khornie is pillaging quite a few tiles and getting the gold for his team. Definitely Russia is being annoyed by this, but he's not dying yet. He has so much meat to give Scythia moves over here. And also every turn he's trying to use that faith so he can buy out units. 128 faith a turn. Did we just switch the era? Yes, we did. Let's see what happened. Normal, golden, dark, heroic on Damori, by the way. Heroic on Damori. While Khornie is heroic, we got Dark Age on Ben, TaskForceFish is Dark Age, and Normal Age on Rage. That's a problem actually. The economy is it okay? It's still there. It's still 300-ish gold. Khornie losing 37. TaskForceFish on 11, and we do have more of these shipyards coming online. 4 turns for a carver fleet. Zaragoza still needs to build a shipyard, and it does seem like at the moment England will recover the city of Newcastle upon Tyne. I do see him also getting new caravels out in the water, and we don't actually have him. Oh, actually, he just got Echo as well, and these are ironclads now. This is, I think, this is the end for TaskForceFish. As much as I would love to see these getting over there, it doesn't look like he's gonna manage to survive the next 5 turns, 6 turns.
It's beautiful to see, by the way. Like, even though Damori is pushing back Spain, they still take the safe approach and give Echo as an escape settler, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
He has another one here, by the way. Yeah, they're doing amazingly well here. I mean, this is exactly what needs to happen in a semi-final. Or in an upper bracket final. This is exactly what needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's just good play.
Yeah, very good plays from both teams. Extremely big experience points on both of them, by the way. Thousands and thousands of hours have been put into this game, and not only that, but also to brainstorm what can be done, what will be done, what can be used, and how to adapt to every situation here properly.
To win them all, I even cleared this one admiral.
Oh, hello. It's actually gonna try to take out that city. Oh, +5 Congress. Oh,
let's hit the points. I think Freritos got this.
Yeah,
so
but again, +5 Congress. Ulhas got bug. Okay, Ulhas has 144. Yeah, I guess TaskForceFish is not gonna vote.
Also, Bailey tells us I have 4K hours and still managed to be bad. Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, good evening, I'm Voltaire. Hello, ma'am. Yeah, also fell. Yay, hours don't count. I have 4,000 hours. Also didn't manage to. Okay. Bex, to answer you, tomorrow is gonna be the next game. You can actually see it on the CWC website. !CWC. Okay, so this +5 congressman, this +5 Congress can change stuff here. Definitely can change stuff here.
You think so? Like, I mean, you can, I guess you can just do whatever you want here as Freritos.
For example, +5 on anti-cav.
Well, yeah, but honestly, do you really care? Like, this game is not about Ulhas.
Well, he needs to keep a hold on these cities. Maybe it's not everything about Ulhas here, but if he starts falling, Scythia gets bigger. He's gonna put more pressure on Rome. Some trade routes will go away, so some economy, and so on.
Yeah, but
gives
I'm
more
just
hope.
out, like knights and curses can't trade into pikemen anyway.
They can actually. Have you seen? He has been trading into them for the beginning now. Anti-cav. There we go. +5 combatant anti-cav. Will not grow via culture. Kublai Khan. That's a bit of a pro. Not that big annoying. And diplo points on Peter.
Okay, so they won all three. What?
And spiking shots. This city. So I guess at the moment Scythia's army is doomed. So this is over.
Freritos won all 3 votes. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did. They did. I guess game 3 here. It's all up to Rage, honestly. At this point, and even that, I'm not so sure it's up to him. So we do still have Pompi and Titiits getting very, very big science points. Ulhas is also much stronger than Khornie, and even if to all of his hope and all of his effort over here, this attack is way too late. If he would have gone, I think, against Russia with maybe Sakas from the beginning, maybe some horses, maybe he would have done damage. And since he didn't commit to the coast as in boats, I guess this was like a half effort over here. It couldn't break Russia anymore.
Well, it was the best he could have done at this point, right? Like, I wouldn't...
Oh, at this point, yes. I think the commitment on the coast was the mistake there. As in, he should have had the caravels at the same time as Australia and tried to keep England away. The fact that he didn't...
That's not possible. Like, come on. Like, how is Scythia supposed to have caravels at the same timing than Australia?
As England and England. I'm just saying what should have been done, not what could have been done or would have been done.
Well, yes, we're just talking about what should, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you think Scythia just committing coastal and participating in naval warfare would have been better here?
Yes.
But what do you think it would have done for them?
More boats in the water for to put against England, and even if they were just scouts over there, it would have been keeping England from taking on Australia, at least in number of turns, until Spain would have gotten there with his own boats to manage to flank England.
What goal to upgrade?
That's another point. An earlier timing on, I guess the whole approach should have been different, like an earlier timing from China to put the gold on to get the coastal trade routes going.
Denison still continent than Madrid though, like it is bad trade routes for Spain.
Yeah, but more gold.
Yeah, but then Spain would have needed to build all the lighthouses and would have had like 3 less cities. Like you cannot just produce something. It's always opportunity cost.
Yeah, I agree. You wanted me to give you an answer, I give you an answer. If it was been in time, I'm not sure. We're talking, I would say, in suppositions here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is very result-biased command. Like when I said earlier Scythia doesn't need to commit coastal, you were like, okay. And now you say like, I think they should have done this and this. Like if we see it like this, fine. But
I've seen it multiple times. I've seen it multiple times when people go coastal, they do not commit to the coast and they die. If you go on the coast, you commit to the coast. Then it's much better to go against somebody 3 versus 1 than not let him 1 versus 3 you.
I mean, I don't know.
The faster you take the one in the middle, the faster you have more energy to go against everybody else.
It's always easier said than done.
I agree. I agree. I'm not saying it was easy or hard, but... Khornie went for too many cities. Khornie on Scythia, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know if he went for too many cities.
Yeah, too many cities for what though? Like, yeah. I mean, Khornie was a bit all over the place. Like, he tried to go. He tried to do a bit naval, then he tries to do bit on Russia, like, I don't feel like Khornie had a clear plan in this game, which is obviously a problem in itself.
Well, I gotta point out on the other side, Rome did amazing. And we did have amazing gameplays from Pompi. The setup from the beginning was on spot here, and he did manage to get a science boost for everything. Damori, amazing plays all over the place. So I wouldn't say, I would say definitely at this point, Freritos was just much better prepared for the game over here. And this is, I guess, this might come down to the map as well. This was Primordial. I don't remember exactly who wanted to play Primordial, but it does look like it did favor Freritos quite a bit. While in the first, they did go for what? Highlands? Did they go for Highlands or 7 Seas? Let me actually double check this. What was the map for? I think it was 7 Seas if I remember correctly, but yeah, it was 7 Seas, and they couldn't pick Pangaea, so they could have gone for Highlands, or they could have done for Inland Sea, or Continental Islands, or Pangaea Classic Ridges. They chose Primordial, which is, I mean, amazing. We got to see Damori over here in a 1 versus 3. We got to see Australia trying to get the timings done against England. He was 3 turns faster, but couldn't actually push through English defenses, even if they were galleys. And the play on the Admirals was amazing there. That play on the Admirals actually, I think, guaranteed their success. Yeah, Salty Cabrera calling out game 3.
Custom 1v1, please.
Yeah.
I mean, the fun part is we don't even disagree. I'm just saying, like, I think it's a bit result biased. But I obviously I agree with everything Michael said before. Like, it's clear that Damori kind of outplayed them 1v3, right? So. Like, if you see the result, of course Michael is right.
Yeah.
No doubt in that.
We have the vision of what happened with these kind of moves, but we don't have the vision of what would have happened if things were different. The gold also, I do have to agree, it was quite an issue for them to upgrade Australia. They didn't have mercenary timing. On the other side, they did have mercenary. Well, they tried to get mercenaries. Oh, Titiits 330 science, 116 culture, while Ben is 261 with 104. Pompi is still going higher. Rage did manage to get back on track with 144 and going for scientific theory. Frigate fleets, but now it looks like he's just going to need to put more units in the water here to attack Damori. Damori, 62 science with 35 culture, is going to slowly try to get more boats out to be relevant here. But now, of course, we do see 2 turns actually for Spain to get caravel fleets and the frigate fleets. That's actually very good production now. Numbers from range to 250. He did finish those shipyards, and you do see more trade routes between him and China. Oh, and Bravo got settled. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so even if
just a delay city.
Yeah.
But it will still delay.
Doesn't look like anybody has land units yet. Not they can buy, and these frigates cannot shoot over hills or forest. So yeah.
Is it still 3-1 on the science CS department, by the way?
Fez, Ben? Yeah. Mitla
Titiits
and
with both science CS. Wait, does this guy have Skilva?
I feel like he doubled his money. And let's see if he actually has. Yes, he did build Kilva in Austria.
Oh my god, he has double science CS with Kilva.
Yeah, that's why he has 414 science. Yeah. And Colosseum, Apadana. I mean, yeah, he's big.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Falcon here. Like Ben somehow has to kill both of them, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Double blue Kilva. Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see if Ben is actually going to manage to carry this. He's getting his own industrialization. I see the factories, and he did get a good setup of industrial zones with one single aqueduct. I like, of course, these plays. Efficient. We do have him also getting more culture, needing to get more culture. Titiits has been actually quite ahead of him with 1,000 more. But again, we don't actually see the full numbers here. And I gotta say, Ben is starting to catch up 4,400 points of science, and I'm pretty sure he's benefiting from a lot of those boosts. This is the game changer. This is the answer to our questions here. Will we have a game 3 or not? This is all about Spain versus Damori. Rage versus Damori. Is it enough though? What do you think? Does he have enough? Because it definitely feels like he's outputting more boats, but the distance to the supply is a little bit longer on Spain, so it takes longer for those boats to get to the front line, while we do have England resupplying very, very quickly. He's also flanking from the north, taking very good moves coming out from Rage. He did manage to switch around that banged up frigate, and now he's by the looks of it, he's getting pushed from the south as well as the north. This fleet might go down right here, right now. Let's see. He does have a frigate armada, and new boats are coming up on the flank. He's deciding what units he's going to attack and how he's going to do the damage.
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable that Damori still pushes out here, but I mean, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, like, best case outcome for CoC is like Rage can hold. Worst case outcome is Damori is actually gonna push Rage. So like, either way, Freritos will win. So
I don't think Damori can actually push more. I think now that we do have Caravel Armadas starting to come out, I think this is gonna be Rage just slowly tearing down England. The biggest issue will be Indonesia then, and I do have to wait. What? Oh, Sea Dogs coming in. Did he just snatch one of the frigates? Oh my god, Damori with the plays. The Caravel Armadas will turn the tides of war here, but they are slow and they will take time to get onto the front line there, not to mention to get built. We do see a few of them starting to pop out of the cities. And I gotta say, Indonesia is the one that will probably set the tone.
Rome? Hello?
Rome is, I mean, honestly, Rome will just get big. Rome will probably try to go to planes, will probably, or from what I can see, the number of encampments here, it might actually try to go to tanks against China. And we'll see if he's gonna manage to keep up with China. I was just talking about the seas. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't actually say that out loud, but I was thinking it. I was just talking about the seas. And by the way, no city was taken from Ulhas. Now, Pagan shows. I mean, this is gonna be a Cossack waiting room for Scythia. And we got 6 more turns until he's gonna get the Cossacks.
Yeah, but similar to the sea fight, like, this doesn't really matter. Like,
oh, hello, Khornie, trying to get out of there. So they're still trying to get all of those moves, or at least the plays to stay in the game, keep those military alliances up to specs. Rome actually did get this one, did get the city of Alpha, while Australia, okay, still has this. How is this ironclad still alive? This was Isun Sin ironclad, right? How is it still alive? I don't know. It was so low HP. Anyway, we do have Ben here with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cities. while Rome is on 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10 with the capital of Australia. MS Toll, Tula was taken but retaken in a flash. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's why it's 4 population.
I actually love the...
I think
okay,
the fish.
that's the CC.
Yeah, it's calling out the GG. There we go. Game 3 tomorrow on Falcon stream, and we're gonna see it on Malm stream. Oh my, that is gonna be quite something. Amazing plays coming out from Damori. We do have him managing to do quite a few cities, managing to do a 1 versus 3 against his opponents, and you've seen do all of the efforts of TaskForceFish with Khornie, with Rage. They couldn't push back against Damori. Damori just stomping over here, not to mention Pompi was pumping on his own side. He did manage to get a very early set up with very good campuses. The Gavron Plaza was on point, and even if China did try to go for higher technology, unfortunately the economy was not there, so he can actually help out his teammates when it needed to. Well, I can't say I blame him, don't get me wrong, I can't say I blame him. Like you said, the setup would have been taken a little bit, and there would have been sacrifice over there to be made, so he would not get the perfect production for Spain, and the perfect setup with Magnus. The continent split wasn't ideal, but in the grand scheme of things, you do need that gold. You do need that gold. I'm really curious what will happen with the next one, by the way, how this will develop. Let me see. Let's go for the debrief here.
Yeah, let's go for the debrief. Yeah.
Congratulations! Oh man, Damori, can you get bigger, stronger?
That Damori is so big, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, but I actually got a real question. Like, you guys only had 1 continent. How in the world did she not remap?
Because we had a good one. We had good one.
So you thought it's fine with amenities? That's not that big of an issue. You could go around it. You might find another continent and so on.
I mean, if I had someone in front of me, he would have been dead so fast. So
yeah.
Same for Rome. Rome spawn was insane.
Also,
the Damori spawn was quite good as well. So.
It's Coffee, Amber, Gypsum, and Diamond continent, so pretty good one.
Yeah, I think it's unremappable. GG.
GG, well played.
GG.
Oh. We gotta hear what happened from COC.
Damori Giga Launch.
Damori happened. Okay.
That's what she said, yeah.
Man. 1 versus 3 Damori against you. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, also nice. The Admiral play was really big. Like getting Damori the double Admiral and meanwhile denying Australia completely.
Yep.
Really game this setting.
Do you want to say something, COC, about that game? Do you think you could do better after this lose, or you did your best? I don't have a lot of questions.
You give me your analysis, Leash. How do we kill Damori here?
I think you don't have any solution.
We need admirals. We need like more Niter for upgrades, I think, as well.
We were a bit low in Niter as well. I mean, we were lacking. Titiits doesn't have any mine, and I was the only one making it until Ulhas can reach it. So kinda rough for him too.
I do think it was a really high skill game about your spawn. You was a bit spawn diff about COC. Freritos has a bit better spawn, but in the sea, it's too difficult when you have a really good player like Damori in 1 versus 3. I think that. I think Scythia could not do anything more in that game, and it's already very much what you did on Russia. Australia, Rush, Caravel turned 40, but he could not do anything on Victoria, so you are pretty screwed about it. Just by that fact, I think. So Rage can do what he could try to do.
I mean, he's just too far, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it takes me a while to get there. And like, if we didn't have like him sending a caravel in early, forcing me to go caravels was good as well. I couldn't pre-build enough caravels.
It's so annoying. I was talking about this.
It's not easy since the caravel rush by task is not worth it, because Damori can just send some caravels into Scythia, into Spain. You are forced to up a caravel, and it's too hard. I mean, and you don't have the same tempo in the game, to be honest.
Yeah. Indo's stats were crazy early. He was like 15 in turn.
I a settler bout.
Yeah.
Oh, the bot. Yeah, you had 3 really early set cities.
So when I set on my second city, 1 turn later my third city was set up, and when we saw that Australia was in front of Damori, like very close, we decided to put everything we can to help Damori. Like Titiits didn't go feudalism. He went for naval tradition, and I went for buttress. So yeah, we used a lot of our tempo to help Damori out.
And it was well played. I have a little question for Reg in the chat. Did Reg consider making Great Lighthouse to get more mobility?
I mean, yes, but I had no production, and also I had no time to build it either. Like it was so, I had to push so many carols early. Like the only production city I had 2 fish next to the harbor, so I couldn't do it there, I think.
Yeah, of course. I think it's the same answer for the Arsenal, for the Venetian.
Yeah, Venetian. I mean, I even if I had gone for it, I would not even done. Yeah, it was giga early.
Yeah,
like we pretty much said it the 2 turns before it was built. That, but it's like there's just no production in my cities, sadly.
Plus, I projected for military
engineer.
Yes. So I made it in 3 turns. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think you did your best, and it was a very good game, very high level game, and you could not do much better. I think it was very hard. So I hope 3rd game gonna be very intense and long game, like island game, turn 120. Some GDR, guys. Is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Go Pangea à Classic Regis.
Yeah, why not?
And a very long game, but no stat, no GDR.
Well, GG well played. My chat is asking you, Rage, why didn't you go Magnus Internals, or did you go Magnus Internals? We were wondering about the setup with Ben. Maybe you could have done it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to trade earlier, but Ben was gonna settle on coast, but then the warrior from Rome showed up, so it kind of delayed him a lot on the settle on coast. So then I had to do a second. I planned to only do 1 internal, then go full externals, because we needed early gold for caravels. But
okay. So that warrior, that one single warrior, affected the game so much. Okay, I see.
It delayed it a bit. It also, like, for some reason, Ben meant to do what's it called, Artemis on the tile, but he couldn't do it for some reason, even though they had the improved camp. Yeah, and it wasn't built. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The only weird thing was like the Rome warrior was standing on it. That's the only like.
I mean, the
weird
Rome warrior
thing.
was standing on the camp. Like he should have still been able to place the Artemis on the flat tile, but somehow he wasn't able to. I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, one of those weird bugs. Yeah. Did you consider committing on the coast, by the way, on Scythia, Khornie? Like, you go boats also?
I mean, I can play this for Cavalry Rush, but I don't have a free ink. My harbors are not next to like anything, and I don't have good campuses, so I don't know. And then there's the Russia next to me, who can kill me if I go Caval, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, also if you struggle on gold anyway, like you cannot upgrade carols anyway, I guess.
Yeah, we barely had enough to upgrade Australia, let alone like more people. So like the only would be for admirals, and then just give the cities after admirals are gone. But that's not worth it.
The admiral play over there with Damori getting Rajendra and another one was amazing. I think set the tone afterwards for the win.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to project. It was 4 turns for projects for me. It was very slow.
Yeah.
You could also talk about late lighthouses, but it's the same answer always, right? You just got no production.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unfortunate if you see the farm triangle in the cap. Always pretty sus. But you can't help it. Unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah. It is what it is. Anyways, GG.
GG, well played.
See you tomorrow.
Good luck in the next one. Bye-bye. So we heard that from both teams. Of course, Freritos de la Vega boys were extremely happy with the response. They didn't want to go for another one. They had a good continent, even though it was only one. We did hear what happened from the other side. Their struggles with the gold, with the setup, with the timings on different units. You saw how much, for example, one warrior and one caravel did manage to impact the game. On one side, stopping Ben from settling those coastal cities so they can get much earlier gold, and on the other side we did have the caravel of Damori managing to sneak in the cities of Spain and forcing him to get the upgrade going on the caravels. Discovering cartography did not allow him to pre-build anymore. That was quite something, and I gotta say, amazing game. Still coming up over here in the semifinals of the CWC season 7. We are going strong for that final. Tomorrow we're gonna need to see which one of these teams will actually come up on top between Freritos and CoC. I'm gonna put up on the CWC website the event, and we're gonna and of course I'm gonna attach the streamers as well. It is gonna be, if I'm not mistaken, Malm with Falcon for the English community, Malm of course for the French community, and the game should be 1900 GMT, but I'm gonna double check that, and of course gonna put it up that just check the website and you're gonna find out the information. So see you guys tomorrow or in the days thereafter. I'm not sure exactly when the next games are gonna be. We're still waiting for SAS team to also schedule their games versus Civ Australia. They have a weird scheduling between, of course, Australia, America, and Europe. We're waiting for the details. If you're coming up from YouTube, thank you very much for joining. I do hope you're going to throw this video a thumbs up, and of course we're going to see each other on the live stream on twitch.tv/OnSpotTV. I do hope also we're gonna get to talk on Discord. You can find it up down below in the video description, or you can check out on twitch.tv/OnSpotTV !Discord. In the chat you're gonna get an invitation to my Discord. You get to see over there my schedule for the upcoming week, also what kind of games I'm doing, what kind of tournaments. You get to of course ask me questions whenever you want on live, on direct messages. I am trying as much as possible to get the information as soon as I can on my Discord. That is the most updated schedule that I have. So without further ado, I do also want to thank Justice for showing up here and giving us his thoughts about the game. Always a pleasure to have him on the stream here. Let's see each other in the next one, and I'm gonna probably see that updated as soon as I can. We'll see. I don't know yet what and when I'm gonna get to stream. If it's gonna be tomorrow, if it's gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, have a good evening, guys, and I do hope you enjoyed the show. Tyler T21, thank you so much for the follow, and Tito's, good evening, sir. Good evening. Bye bye. Discord. This. There we go. That's the invite to my Discord. So have a good evening, guys. Bye bye.